There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz.jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
Change. It happens when you least expect it, but also when you embrace it. At Accenture, we help the world's biggest brands thrive through change. Our people combine technology and creativity, expertise and experience, learning and collaboration, passion and purpose to make a difference for our clients, their customers, our company, and our communities. Behind every great change is a great human. Bring your skills, your curiosity, and your true self to your work every day. Let's do incredible things. Let's deliver on the promise of technology and human ingenuity.
All right, so good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Jobs180.com's Marketing Me Live at University of the Immaculate Conception, Davao. So today we will be joined by speakers from Jobs180.com, CDO Foodsphere, VXI Global, and Shearwater Health. So before we start, may we invite everybody for a short prayer followed by the singing of the national anthem.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below. Praise Him above, ye heavenly hosts. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
All right, so thank you so much, Tex. So again, welcome everyone. Ready na ba kayo? By the way, my name is Joyce from jobs180.com. I will be your today's host, and we are live via Jobs180 Facebook and Jobs180 YouTube page. And we hope that everybody is excited to learn new things today. All right, so to officially start today's session, may we invite Ms. Jovi Yu Gatan, our JC Director, Guidance and Testing Center from the University of the Immaculate Conception for the opening remarks.
Thank you very much, Ms. Joyce. So good afternoon, students of the University of the Immaculate Conception. Praise be Jesus and Mary. The future may have taken a great turn for you, our dear students, as a new mode of learning is used as you are experiencing also and continuously adjusting to online education. It is important to be ready and sail along the trends of virtual learning and technology, and preparing you for your future career paths is one of the stepping stones as you start your career. So career talks related to virtual interviews and career readiness also allows you to be more equipped with the relevant skills and knowledge as you will apply this to your future endeavors. We believe that this continuous exposure to different career activities would open your minds towards reaching your goals. May you be inspired as you journey towards your chosen studies to fulfill your dreams. With this, it is my pleasure to begin this afternoon's successful career activity with a thankful heart to our esteemed speakers from Jobs 180. I do hope that it will help you grow more productively in your chosen tracks and courses. Again, let me help you guide through this goal. Choose a job you love and you will never have to work in a day in your life. That is from Confucius. Once again, everyone, good afternoon and have a great day ahead. Thank you, Ms. Joyce.
Thank you so much, Ms. Jovi. Thank you for gracing the event. And as usual, for our audience today, if you have questions po, later on, please type them in so we can answer them after the talk. Huwag kayong mahiyang magtanong. And please don't forget to tag and share this to your friends too. So kung wala pa sila dito, tawagin nyo na. Nakakapanghinayang naman if mamimiss nila ito. And this is once in a lifetime with Jobs 180, malay nyo. So grab the opportunity. And if you guys are already here, is our schedule for today. So we have the online applications using resume link, which will be discussed by jobs180.com, new age career possibilities by VXI Global, top skills company look for by CDO Foodsphere, and how to be productive in turbulent times by Shearwater Health. So shout out to everyone who is here na again. Please comment your name, your year, and your course. And if you have questions later on, sabi ko nga, wag kayong mahiyang magtanong. This is your chance to ask before you face the real adulting thing or the world of work. All right, so medyo mahaba-haba ang ating session for today. So sit back, relax, and let us all hashtag learn together. Okay, so kilalanin na po natin ang ating unang speaker who will talk about online applications using resume link. So our first speaker has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, and human resources. As a trusted resource speaker, he has done over 1,000 plus career development seminars in more than 400 plus colleges and universities nationwide. The managing director from jobs180.com, Mr. Kim Chua. Sir Kim, take it away.
Allow me to share to you how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. A lot of you are now looking for a job and exploring for the next chapter in your life. I hope that this session will be able to help you. Not only you, but the people that you know that needs help in terms of how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. So yan na tinatawag natin resume link. A lot of platforms right now, mga online platforms are being offered left and right. But for you to know paano to magiging job-winning tool or job-winning resume to, meron akong checklist. So go with me, with all these checklists. Your checklist should include the following. Number 1, kailangan mag-stand out ka. When you look for a job, you have to be able to stand out. Because if you're not going to be able to stand out, then I think you'll just be part of the crowd. You'll be one of the next applicant na wala lang, na hindi mapapansin. Another thing that should be in your checklist is that you should only have one file. Hindi dapat maraming files na iba-iba sinesend sa mga companies. Mas maganda, isang file lang para pag sinend mo, lahat ng details mo nandoon na. Another thing in your checklist is that it should make the process more efficient. Ibig sabihin, mas mabilis mag-submit, mas mabilis makita ng HR, at mas mabilis kayo makontak for possible next steps na or possible job offer na. Now, another thing in my checklist is that dapat tipid ito, wala itong gastos. The tool that I will show you today, wala itong gastos. Libre po ito. At higit sa lahat, itong pinaka-importante sa lahat. This should be in your checklist. The tool should be secured. Okay, more than anything, importante talaga ang data. Pero ang data ninyo, dapat yung protectionan. And using this tool, this is the most secured resume kung tawagin. Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Let me go through the next slides na. Okay? Ito ang tinatawag na resume link. Okay? A personalized URL for anyone can open online anytime. I will use an example para makarelate kayo. If you are John Santos, ang link mo or resume link mo pwede maging johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. At yan na po ang resume link nyo. So how do you make one? Go with me through the 3 simple steps. First step is you have to register. Absolutely wala tong bayad. Libre po ito. How do you register? You go to the website of jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com at dun ka mag-register on the upper right side of your screen. Now, as you do that, you have to put the basic information. Okay? So, alam nyo na ano mga information yan. Hindi ko na isa-isahin. Babawasan nyo naman at alam nyo naman ano dapat ilagay. Now, as you create your account, you have to use a valid email. Okay? Now, before we go to the email, paalala ko lang, sa mga nag-isip sa inyo, paano kung hindi ako si John Santos, ano gagawin kong resume link? O yan, baka nag-isip kayo eh. So, if ever lang, mayroon kang kapangalan, okay, just so happen na may ibang John Santos na nauna sa inyo, ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon doon na red na box, sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Huwag kayong malungkot, pag taken na, okay lang, just be creative. Pwede mo gawin, baliktarin mo. Gawin mo santosjohn.jobs180.com o kaya J Santos o kaya Santos J o kaya JS o kaya SJ. Depende kung ano gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapangalan. Okay? Wala kang kapareho. Now, when you do this, wag kayong OA. Do not create yung mga ganong klaseng over creative na mga resume link because it doesn't look professional. Imagine submitting to a company with your resume link that says eljablo.jobs180.com. Hindi yan mukhang professional. Okay? Now, when you register, please use a valid email. Ito yung emphasis ko lang sa pag-create nyo ng account na dapat gamitin yung email, yung nabubuksan yung email, kagaya ng Gmail, Yahoo, or any email na nabubuksan nyo. Do not create, example lang yung mga email na kagaya ng ganito, patricia@facebook.com na email. Huwag kang gagamit ng joseph@facebook.com na email to register. In short, huwag mong gagamitin yung @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com na email, you will no longer be able to receive notification being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Importante po na nabubuksan nyo yung email nyo kasi kailangan mo i-verify yung account mo. Okay? It is very important that you verify your account as a proof na ikaw nag-register at pangalawa, para ikaw ay makapag-apply. If you don't do this, if you don't verify, walang mangyayari sa account nyo. Okay? So sayang lang. So you have to verify to finish the first step. Okay? How do you verify? Just open your email, look for the link, click mo yung verify, you're done with the first step. Okay? Tapos na yung first step. Ano yung first step? Register. Wala tong bayad. Let's go to the second step. Ang second step, ang pinaka-logical sa lahat. Kailangan kumpletong detalye nyo. So how do you do that? You go back again to your account by going to the website of jobs180.com. This time, hindi mo kailangan mag-register. Ang gagawin mo, mag-login. Pag login mo, lagay mo dito yung email nyo or resume link nyo, kayo lang may alam yan, at lalo na yung password nyo na kayo lang talaga may alam yan. So when you do that, you now go inside your account. Pag nasa loob na kina-account nyo, ano gagawin nyo? Mabilis na lang ito. Fill in the blanks. Okay? Now, I don't have to go through all the information here because definitely, alam mo naman pag sinabi ditong name, malamang pangalan nyo. Pag nakalagay dito address, malamang address nyo. Diba? So you put all the information ninyo dito. Okay, lagay nyo. Then, what else do you put in here? Importante po, lagay dito lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak ng isang HR. Kagaya ng social media account nyo. Diba? Hindi lang email tsaka phone number. Bakit? Most of the time, ano nangyayari? Okay, let me tell you. Marami sa inyo nilalagay nyo phone number nyo. Pero pag tinatawagan kayo ng HR, hindi nyo sinasagot. Lalo na pag hindi mo kilala. Hala, sino kaya ito? Hindi mo sasagutin. Diba? Kasi takot kayo, baka nagsascam or whoever yung tumatawag. So, ano mangyayari sa mga HR? Mag-i-email kami ngayon sa inyo. But you don't open email more often than you open your social media account. So, I recommend lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak na isang HR, ilagay mo dito. Kagaya ng mga Facebook nyo or Twitter nyo para mabilis tayo makapag-PM. Private message, makapag-invite for the next step. Okay? What else do you put here? You also put here your work options, yung mga work experience nyo. Pagdating po sa work options, you can see on the screen, you have 4 options na pwede nyo pagpilian. Parang switch lang yan. Yes, no switch, on, off switch. So you can choose here, example, looking for OJT, lagay mo yes, if you're looking for OJT right now. And later on, pag hindi na, turn it off. Edi lagay mo na no. Diba? So depende yan kung anong mas trip nyo or ano mas pasok dun sa hinahanap nyo right now. What the system will do is it will try to match you with companies who are also looking for the same profile with what you have. Yan yung kagandahan ng tool natin. Hindi mo kailangan mag-door-to-door para mag-submit ng resume link ninyo. Okay? What else do you put here? You put here your school under education. Even later on, okay, pagka-graduate nyo, you can also put here your schools. Yung mga nag-take pa kayo ng further studies, pwede mo rin ilagay dito. Okay, so walang limit sa space yan. Pagdating pa sa seminars attended, ganun din. Kahit gano'ng karami, pwede nyo ilagay dito. Kahit magkopyahan pa kayo. Just make sure lang alam mo yung seminar na yon. Kaya baka matanong ka sa interview. Pagdating po sa certification, ganun din. Put all the certification programs that you've had, you put it here. Okay? When it comes to the achievement, do not limit your achievement only inside the school. Hindi lahat na nakikinig ngayon ay Dean's Lister. Hindi kayo lahat dito ay honor student. Diba? Ayan, nag-agree marami sa inyo. So, hindi lang po ang achievement nakabase sa academic excellence. Some of you are student leaders. So, if you're active sa school, you also put it here kung ano yung mga pinagkakabalahan nyo. And hindi lang sa loob ng school, even outside the school. If you're active in your barangay, halimbawa, isa kang tanod, ilagay mo dyan. Diba? Yan yung mga achievement ninyo. So, you put it here. Bakit? Because what you're doing now is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to that prospective company. Okay? Now, when it comes to the skills and languages, ito yung common observation namin mga HR. Pagdating sa skills, nilalagay mo lang na skills yung mga umiikot lang sa course nyo. Hindi porkat communication arts ang course mo, com arts lang ang skills na alam mo. Hindi porkat engineering ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-engineering. Hindi porkat tourism or HRM ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-tourism at pang-HRM. Maybe some of you are into multimedia, into photography, into videography, into something else, arts, crafts, whatever. Lahat ng yan, skills nyo yan. Remember, what you're doing here is you're marketing yourself more effectively. Kaya kung ako sa inyo, ilagay mo dito lahat ng skills na alam ninyo. Pagdating po sa languages, ganun din. Huwag mong ilimit yan sa dalawang lengguwahe lang. Because I'm sure alam nyo na yung dalawa. Kung dalawa lang talaga alam nyo, din dalawa lang. Ano tong dalawang to? English and Tagalog or Filipino. Okay? Now, if you know other local dialect, Bisaya, Kapampangan, Sabacano, Ilonggo, you can also put it here. If you know foreign languages, German, French, Chinese, Japanese, diba, Korean, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? Walang limit sa space yan. When it comes to the references, sigurado ko yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang malaking tanong dito kayo ba'y kilala nila? Sana oo, di ba? Kasi madalas pag tumatawag kami sa mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. So please tell them, ginawa nyo silang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now at this point, to make your life easier, kung sakali lang nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo in your Word file or maybe in your doc file, depende kung anong file nyo, PDF file, whatever file you have. Kung nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo, simple na lang. Just copy all the information inside dito. Na ilagay mo sa loob ng resume link. Just transfer them here inside the resume link para maging secured yung data nyo. Okay? Kung bakit secured, I'll tell you as we go along. Okay? So yung mga sinabi ko, I think alam nyo na yan. Alam nyo na yan. Okay? Itong mga susunod kong papakita, ito yung mga amazing na portion. Let me start with the portfolio section. Ano yung portfolio section? This is the part where you now upload evidence of your skills. Example, ano ebidensya na graduate na kayo later on? Diploma. Diba? Transcript. Ano pa? Toga, hindi ebidensya yung toga. Okay? Kung ano man meron nyo, 'di ba? Certificate, diploma, 'yan, ebidensya 'yan, okay? Kung transcript of records is evidence na graduate na kayo. Ano ebidensya na wala kayong criminal record? NBA clearance, police clearance, 'di ba? Ano ebidensya na pwede ka pumunta sa ibang bansa? Passport, visa, lahat ng mga sinasabi mong mga skills mo or yung mga what you're claiming that you know, you can now support them here sa portfolio section by showing those documents. Diba? Anong ebidensya na ikaw ay healthy? Meron kang medical clearance. Anong ebidensya na pwede kang mag-drive ng sasakyan? Meron kang driver's license. Diba? So gets nyo na yung sinasabi ko. Ang point ko lang is you can now put the things here to support yung claim nyo of your skills. Now, you're starting to think, Sir, kung pare-pareho naman kaming graduate sa school namin, pare-pareho kami magkakaklase, same yung course namin, same yung school, same yung teachers, same yung curriculum, pare-pareho lang naman kami lahat, walang experience sa trabaho, how will we stand out? Ayan, di ba? Okay, ito ngayon yung isang magandang recommendation ko sa inyo on how you now stand out. You get your smartphones. Kunin mo yung mga smartphones nyo. Kung wala, manghiram sa kaibigan. Okay, hiram mo sa kaibigan mo. I-record mo yung selfie video mo. You say something interesting about yourself. Record it in about 30 seconds to 1 minute lang. Huwag na masyadong mahaba. Ano gagawin mo? Pretend that you are being interviewed by the HR. So you answer basic questions like, tell me something about yourself. O, di ba? Ano yung mga gasgas sa tanong natin? Why should we hire you? O, di ba? Just imagine na tinanong ka ng HR at sasagutin mo na lang siya. Ang maganda lang ngayon, recorded mo. So kung di mo type yung sagot, i-delete mo. Pag type mo, you save it. Then you upload it sa YouTube or sa Vimeo. Maraming mga video channel na libre, mga video converter sa online. Hanapin mo lang. And when you're done, you put that video link doon sa portfolio section nyo. O, di ba? This time, it will definitely make you stand out because depende na to sa diskarte mo on how you're going to present yourself. Okay? So I leave it up to you on how you do that. Now, another thing for you to do, na sure akong hindi to makokopya ng classmate mo, ay yung picture mo. Diba? So you put your profile picture here. Now, when it comes to the picture, hindi kailangan sobrang formal na formal. Hindi kailangan pumunta sa studio. Huwag na kayo gumastos. Ang importante dito, tumingin kayo sa camera. Plain background. Okay? Plain background, tumingin kayo sa camera. Wear something, of course. Wear something decent. Okay? Do not upload profile pictures that look like the right side of your screen. Yung mga sample na yan, hindi po maganda yung sample yan. Okay? So, huwag kayong maglagay ng magandang kasi mga sample ng profile picture. Now, another good thing pa that will make you stand out using the resume link is your cover photo. Yes! A picture paints 1,000 words. Yan ang kasabihan na very, very applicable dito. A lot of you who are listening today, hindi kayo gifted with writing skills. Hirap kayo i-express ang inyong feelings at inyong thoughts into words. Hindi mo ma-type, hindi mo ma-sulat. Tama? Hirap tayo eh. Bakit? Hindi natural sa atin yan. Pero pagdating sa picture, kaya mo i-express yung inyong personality. Look at the examples I'm showing you. Look at the one on the left. Ano siya? Isa siyang ophthalmologist or optometrist. Sabi naman ng iba, eye expert. Di ba? Sa kanan, ano siya? Sabi ng iba, sir, parang IT. Sir, techie siguro kasi maraming gadget, pati stapler, gadget niya. Diba? Halimbawa, o sabi ng iba naman, sir, parang makalat. O depende na kung how you are going to interpret it. But the way I see it, itong taong to, multitasker. Okay? Another good example I'm showing you is this one. Someone from psychology, someone from neurologies, or maybe someone who knows left and right. Ganun lang kasimple. No? So depende yan how you're going to express yourself. Okay? Another good example pa, ito. Itong person na to, ang gusto niya sabihin, there's no shortcut to success. You will be able to reach your goal by taking one step at a time. O, di ba? So I'm showing you good examples. Hindi yan member ng Akit Bahay Gang. Hindi rin po yan social climber, in case that's what you're thinking. So kung nagpakita ko ng magaganda example, I will also show you yung mga hindi magandang example para wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayong magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Make sure you put your picture there. Okay? Kasi maraming pangalan ngayon interchangeable. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think babae ako. Ako rin mismo, napagkakamala ko yung mga aplikante, pinakita ko, Chris, George, Alex, Sam. O, diba? Minsan isipin ko, Joey, lalaki. Yung pala, babae. Diba? So you better put your picture there para at least alam ng HR who to expect. Okay? Now, when you make your resume link, dapat may laman talaga yan. Kasi kung walang laman yan, ganyan itsura niyan. Blanco. And how do you expect companies will look, or HR from companies will look at your profile if you submit to them resume links that look like this? It's like submitting a piece of a paper, bond paper, long bond paper, short bond paper na walang laman except pangalan mo. And that's the same as this one. So hindi yan papansinin ng mga HR for sure. Okay? Sayang lang oras nyo tsaka oras ng HR. Kailangan attractive. Okay? When I say attractive or catchy, do not overdo it naman. Now, this is just in my opinion. In my opinion, I think this one is not a good example. Kasi ang dating niya parang tamad, parang happy-go-lucky, parang chill-chill lang, no? Parang gano'n na dating. So, I leave it up to you on how you'll be, expressing yourself na dito. Okay? So, sa mga personality nyo. Alam niyo na anong dapat nyo gawin at hindi nyo dapat gawin. So, showing a very good example is si eye expert. Tignan mo, lahat ng detalye niya, kompleto. Everything from top to bottom, kompleto lahat ng details, including yung kanyang mga portfolio section na nagpapatunay na siya ay isang licensed ophthalmologist. Pinakita niya lahat ng mga posibleng hingiin pa sa kanya ng mga HR. So bakit ko sinabi sa inyo napapabilis yung buhay dito? Hindi lang buhay nyo. Pati buhay rin ng HR napapabilis. Because once you submit all this information to that company, when the HR opens your resume link and sees everything about you, dalawa lang ang pwedeng mangyari niyan. One is, nahuli mo attention, gusto ka niya ngayon kausapin or schedule for the next step like interview or possibly job offer, or hindi ka nag-fit. Yun yung second. Di ba? Para at least, ang maganda rito, hindi na pabalik-balik, hindi na siya tatawag para sabihin, hello ma'am, meron ka bang evidence na graduate ka na talaga sa school na yan? Can you send me your transcript? Diba? Can you send me yung mga evidence or yung mga sample skills or sample work mo kasi you are in IT or in graphic design, diba? That's yung ibig ko sabihin. Huwag nang pabalik-balik, sayang yung oras. Okay? Time is of the essence, lalo na ngayon. So you put everything there, at least pag nakita ng HR, diretso na kagad sa pagprocess sa inyo. Okay? A lot of you are now thinking, sir, pag gumawa ako ng resume link at nilagay ko lahat ng information ko dyan, baka naman yung mga data ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman yung mga information ko nakalantad na sa buong internet. The answer is, no. Kaya nga siya tinawag na the most secured resume. Okay? Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings. Follow the screen. Inside your dashboard, when you log in, you can go to your settings. Sa settings mo, to be specific, puntahan mo yung privacy settings. In your privacy settings, you choose the information that you want to show in public. Halimbawa lang you do not want to show your birthday. What do you do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita yung address mo. What do you do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita ang inyong references. What do you do? Turn it off. So lahat na naka-off, hindi lalabas sa public. At sino may control niyan? Kayo lang. O, di ba? Ang maganda pa rito, real-time update yan. Halimbawa, today, you decide not to show your birthday, your address, and references. And then 5 minutes later, you decide, sige, pakita ko na nga birthday ko. Turn it on. Real time. 5 minutes later, the moment you save your settings, lahat na binigyan mo ng resume link, updated na rin sila real time. As in real time. Di ba? Ayos, di ba? Sige, tuloy natin. Tuloy pa natin to. So, reminders ko na lang sa mga late na dumating or kakakinig lang, when you make your resume link, make sure that your profile is interesting and attractive. Okay? Wag OA. Iba yung over naman yun. No? Wag naman ganun. So, make sure it's attractive, it's catchy. Complete all the information, especially your contact details. Kasi sayang naman lahat ng ginawa mo, nahuli mo attention, hindi ka makontak ng HR. So, better make sure nandyan yung mga contact details na updated. Okay? So, yan. So, tapos na tayo sa 2 steps. Last step na lang. Ano yung first step? Recap lang. First step is register. Wala tong bayad. Libre po yan. Second step is for you to complete the information. Yan ang pinaka-logical. And the last step now is for you to submit. So, you're now thinking, okay to paano ko gagamitin ngayon yung resume link? Bigyan kita ng iba-ibang paraan. Okay, lahat ito practical application para makarelate kayo. Unang option, pumunta ka sa website ng jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com, and that's where you now start to look for companies. Type the companies that you're looking for. Pag may lumabas, edi good. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Okay, wag din pilitin. Okay? Now, you can also see there a lot of companies, a lot of company logos that you can shop around, you can choose, learn about the company, and if you want to be part of the company, I recommend you submit your resume link kahit na hindi ka pa qualified. Let me repeat what I just said. If you want to be part of an organization, if you want to be part of that company, even if you are not yet qualified, I recommend you give your resume link to that company. Bakit? Imagine, kung ngayong hapon, ngayong araw, nag-submit ka ng resume link sa isang kumpanya na naghahanap ng 3 years experience na aplikante. Wala ka pang 3 years experience. Okay lang. Because nabigay mo na yung resume link mo sa kanya, pagdating ng 2024, siguro naman by that time, meron ka ng 3 years experience, di ba? Kasi nag-work ka na ngayon by 2021. By 2024, may 3 years experience ka na, pwede ka na ma-qualify dun sa position na in-applyan mo. And you never know. That company might just contact you later on, provided that your details are still updated. So you have to update those information real time. Ayos ba? Ayos, di ba? Wala nang pabalik-balik. Hindi mo na kailangan magbalik-balik dun sa kumpanya para sabihin, nag-apply po ko sa inyo last year. Ako po yung OJT nyo 3 months ago. Wala nang ganun. Okay? Another practical application. When you submit your resumes through email, how do you do that? Madalas, ito ginagawa natin. Mag-email tayo, sasabihin natin, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position and this is my resume. Ano gagawin nyo? I-attach mo yung Word file mo or PDF file mo. Tama? If that is how you're doing it, wag mo nang gawin yon. Wag ka na mag-attach ng anything sa email. Pampabagal lang yan, tsaka makaluma na yung style na yan. Bakit ko sinabi yon? Kasi hindi mo na kailangan talaga mag-attach ng anything. Ang gagawin mo, i-type mo na lang doon sa email mo yung resume link mo. Example, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, 01.jobs180.com. That's it. Submit. I look forward to your from you soon. Thank you. Send. Every time meron kang babaguhin sa details mo, hindi mo na kailangan padalhan yung HR. Kasi kung ginagamit mo mga attachment, ang kulit niyan ang kulit, saka nakapagod. Ano gagawin mo pag nagbago ka ng phone number? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated resume. Mamaya-maya, 2 weeks later, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated, most recent resume. O di ba? Every time meron kang babaguhin, padala ka na padala doon sa HR. Nakapagod yan, hindi lang sa part nyo, kundi sa part din namin sa mga HR to keep track which one yung pinaka-updated na details. So this time, wala na kailangan. Palit-palit na lang kayo ng details nyo, update-update na lang sa loob ng resume link. Ayos ba? Ayos pa. Okay, tuloy pa natin to. Okay? If you want to print your resume, this is now the good news. You can now print your resume link. No matter how much information you have, the system will try to compress everything into one page. So kung gusto mo talaga mag-print ng papel at mag-submit sa mga kumpanya, walang kaso. Pumunta ka lang sa dashboard mo, hanapin mo yung print na option at mamili ka kung 1 column or 2 column version ang gusto mo i-print. What the system will do is it will try to compress everything into one page para tipid na. O, di ba? Now, usapang tipid. Ito mas tipid pa. Gusto mo mag-print ng resume pero gusto mo magtipid. Itong gawin mo. Gumawa ka ng resume link card. Ano tong resume link card? Sa isang pirasong long bond or short bond paper, mag-design ka ng maraming resume link card. No? Maliliit lang, parang business card ang dating. In one piece of paper, I think you can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Depende sa size ng papel mo. At ang importante na ilagay mo dyan sa resume link card mo ay syempre ang inyong resume link. Diba? So, hindi mo na kailangan ilagay lahat ng details mo sa resume sa loob ng maliit na papel. Lagay mo lang resume link mo. And that is what you now give to the companies when you start applying. Look at the picture I'm showing you. Diba? Tipid. Hindi lang tipid. Secured pa. Tingnan nyo. If you submit yung big paper resume nyo, long bond paper, sinubmit mo sa isang kumpanya, nag-apply ka. For some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Yung nakapulot ng papel na yan, alam na buong detalye mo because everything is in that one-page printout. Now, if you lose that small piece of paper, don't worry. Meron kang peace of mind. Bakit? Yung mga kapulot niyan, limited sa privacy settings mo because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings kahit na i-type niya yan sa browser. Okay? So, ang recommend ko rin sa mga nakikinig, use the gadget. Take advantage of the technology. Use your gadget, your laptop, your cell phone, your tablet, kung ano man. Okay? Para ngayon kasi, this day and age, technology na ang gamitin natin. Kung mano-mano pa rin kayo, wala kayong gadget, okay lang. Huwag kayong malungkot. You can still submit to the companies by just simply writing the resume link on a piece of paper. As simple as that. Okay? So, again, sa mga nagtatanong, ano yung mga guidelines ko para makagawa ako ng job-winning resume? Ito yung guideline ko. Ito yung checklist ko. Are you using the right tool? That's the ultimate question. There are so many tools right now, but these are the things that you should consider when you make your resume. And that is the resume link. It already addresses the following. Number one, security ng information mo. I hope by this time, you have peace of mind. Ito na ang pinaka-secure na information because you have the ultimate control over your privacy setting. Pangalawa, the speed of hire becomes faster. It becomes more efficient because whatever you need, whatever the HR needs, you can already put it inside the resume link. Another thing is that it's flexible. If you want to print, just in case lang gusto mo talaga mag-print ng resume nyo, you have the option to print it. And you don't have to worry about saan ko sinave yung file na yan, saan ko tinago, wala nang ganun. Just log into your account and print. Mamili ka lang kung 1 column or 2 column version. At higit sa lahat, wala po itong bayad. Tipid po ito. Walang bayad. Okay? Ang kailangan mo lang, of course, internet. Sa mga nag-iisip sa inyo, sir, kailangan ko ng pan-data. Pwede ka naman makakonect sa internet na walang data eh. Punta ka sa libreng wifi. Di ba? Baka yung kapitbahay nyo may libreng wifi. O, makagamit ka muna. Later on, pag may trabaho ka na, may sweldo na, bayaran mo yung wifi niya. O, di ba? Bawi-bawi lang yan. No? Give and take. And there are a lot more benefits to just what I've mentioned. Marami pang iba. You can share your resume link to whatever platform you want to share it to. Gusto mo i-text? Gusto mo siya i-private message? Gusto mo i-send via Viber? Kayo bahala. Pwede mo i-share. Basta kayo may control. Ganun lang kasimple. No? Kung hindi mo ito binigay sa kahit kanino, hindi malalaman to nung taong yon. And you don't have to save it to whatever USBs or hard drive. No need na. Wala rin tong mga tipong version na kailangan pa mag-compatible. Walang ganun. Lahat ito compatible. Pwede lahat. Okay? So, shout out na lang ako. Shout out to all our school partners. By the grace of God, right now, we have about 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide, including your alma mater. So, thank you. We're very thankful for this opportunity that we're able to do this kahit tayo nasa loob ng bahay, kahit kayo ay nasa loob ng bahay. So, hindi tayo physically nagpe-present, pero nakakatulong pa rin tayo, especially if you have friends or relatives whom you think would need this tool. Please share this to them. Okay? Sa mga nagtatanong naman ng mga frequently asked questions, sasagutin ko na. Ito kasi yung mga common questions na kadalasan tinatanong sa akin. Ang tanong, can I give my resume link to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. It depends kung sino ang bibigyan mo. Ikaw may ultimate control niyan. Okay? Pangalawang question, is this the same as other job platform like LinkedIn, JobStreet, iba pang mga job site? The answer is no. Meron tong dalawang major difference. Yes. Lalo na pagdating sa security. Okay. Of course, explain lang ako Okay. With respect to the other sites that I've mentioned, let me just use JobStreet as an example para lang mas makarelate, no? Para makarelate. You can only use JobStreet resume if you're applying to companies who are also using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. With your resume link, you can use this to any type of company, any platform, wherever they are. Kahit sa loob ng Pilipinas or sa labas ng Pilipinas, pwede mong applyan. Kahit hindi niya alam ang Jobs 180, basta alam niya ang resume link mo, pwede niya mabuksan ang profile at makita according to your settings. That's the first difference. Pangalawang difference, kung nabigay mo na, kung na-submit mo na ang job street resume mo sa isang company, wala ka nang pwedeng baguhin. Lahat ng data mo nandun na yan sa HR. Yes. Hindi na magbabago yan real time. With your resume link, na-submit mo today, mali pala number mo, na-submit mo today, mali pala yung spelling mo, you can always edit it. Enter, save it. Real-time update. Lahat ng binigyan mo ng resume link, updated real-time. Ayos? Okay, tuloy tayo sa number 3 question. Number 3 question is the easiest question. Ang tanong dito is, can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time, na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na platform. Okay? That's the reason why I'm sharing this to you. Okay? Number 4, I think this is the most important question. How often should you update your resume? Ang sagot dito, hindi araw-araw, hindi linggo-linggo, hindi buwan-buwan, hindi taon-taon. Ang sagot dito ay every time. Every time na meron kayong babaguhin, lalo na ang contact details nyo. Yan ang importante. You have to update your contact details every time na meron kayong papalitan doon. Kasi yan yung paraan para makontak kayo ng mga companies. And the last question is just a trivia. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around. Yan, di ba? 180 degrees. Hindi siya 360. Kasi kung 360, bumalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Di balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang. Di wala nangyari. Di ba? So you have to do it 180 degrees. It's a straight line towards your career goal. Okay? Just in case may tanong pa kayo, nahiya magtanong, pumunta lang kayo sa website namin sa jobs180.com or email me here sa info@jobs180.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram para makakuha kayo ng mga latest trends in recruitment. Okay? Again, my name is Kim Chua. Don't forget yung wa. Okay? Baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo. Na nagsasabing, be safe at isang magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Thank you.
All right. So, hello. Thank you, Sir Kim. Ayan. So, good afternoon, Sir Kim. So, guys, if you have questions regarding resume link,
Baka may questions po kayo. Feel free to post your questions sa comment section. Pag-usapan natin yung mga tanong na yan. No?
Ayan. So, medyo delay lang sa akin po, pero mababasa natin lahat ng inyong tanong. Okay. So, ay, sabi nga ni Sir Kim, the floor is now open for questions. So if you have questions regarding resume link or meron kayong gustong itanong mismo kay Sir Kim, ang ating unang speaker, po pwede po. Okay. So while waiting for questions, Sir Kim, mauna na muna ako habang nagre-ready ang ating mga audience. Ayan. So first po, I'm sure UIC po is planning to have their own virtual career fair. So, gaano ka-convenient si resume link? Ano ang magiging role ni resume link if ever na gamitin nila ito sa virtual career fair nila?
Yes. Yung resume link, regardless if you are joining a virtual career fair or a face-to-face job fair, no, very useful yan. No, narinig nyo naman kanina. Una, summarize ko lang ito yung mga practical aspects yan. Una sa lahat, when you create your resume link, you'll be getting possible job matches. So you don't need to wait until the day will come na merong job fair or merong virtual career fair, tsaka mo lang magagamit yan. Doon pa lang sa pag-create mo ng resume link, you'll be getting matches na kaagad from the companies na naghanap ng kapareho ng profile nyo. So doon pa lang, malaking benefit na yun. Hindi mo na kailangan lumabas. Sila lang ang kumakatok para sa inyo. Now, pangalawa is kung meron ka ng resume link, you'll be getting invitations. Invitations kapag meron kayong mga upcoming events, kagaya ng ganitong mga webinars, or kapag meron tayong mga events, job fair, virtual career fair, you'll be getting those invitations. So that's another practical aspect of it, no, na ma-receive ninyo kapag meron kayong resume link. Na pangatlo is kapag pumunta kayo sa mga job fair, nandun na kayo, ang assumption ko is dapat kompleto details nyo. Okay, so when I say you have your resume link, hindi yung gumawa ka lang ng resume link pero blanco yung laman. Okay, kasi pag ganun din, sayang naman yung oras natin, di ba? So, dapat kumpleto yung details nyo. Now, when you have a complete information sa resume link ninyo, so kapag kayo pumunta sa mga job fair, face-to-face man yan or virtual na career fairs natin, you can simply give your link to those companies and they can access it based on your information na sinet mo sa public. So, makita nila kagad yung mga details mo. Ayan, di ba? And then, para sa akin, yan yung mga practical aspects ng pag meron kang resume link. Ayan. Okay?
Alright, thank you, Sir Kim. And of course, syempre, baka tanongin ng audience natin na, Sir Kim, nasa Davao ako, gusto kong mag-apply sa NCR or sa iba pang lugar, ibang panig po, di ba, ng Pilipinas. Can I, bago ko pumunta ng lugar na yun or ng Manila, for example, can I submit my resume link online and can I submit to companies na hindi kilala sa Jobs 180?
Oo naman, kahit saan lupalop pa ng mundo yan. Sabi ko, kahit sa ibang planeta pa, basta may internet connection at alam nila ang resume link mo, pwede mo gamitin yung resume link mo. Okay? If you want to apply to or explore other opportunities outside of Davao, outside of the Philippines, it's okay. No, we encourage you to do that using your resume link. Basta mabigay mo sa kanila yan in whatever format mo ibibigay, whatever platform. No, you want to share it sa text, sa email, sa Viber, sa Messenger, sa kung saan mo man ipapadala. No, basta importante kayo ang nagde-decide sino bibigyan mo ng resume link. At sure naman ako, yung makaka-receive ng resume link ninyo, makikita rin naman yung information ninyo, depende sa settings ninyo, dahil online na ngayon karamihan, no, ang mga tao. At ang kumpanya, siguro naman, if not all, maybe almost all companies ngayon, online na. 'Di ba? May internet naman sila sa kanilang mga kumpanya. So they can easily check your information. O yan, pwede mo gamitin yan. Okay?
Alright, thank you, Sir Kim. And of course, syempre, to encourage then students to create resume link. Ano po ba yung best feature na meron si resume link?
Para sa akin, yung pinaka-best feature ng resume link is yung security feature niya. Kasi, kung halimbawa lang, palagay natin, nag-apply ka sa mga kumpanya, di ba? At isa sa mga tanong ng mga audience kadalasan, pwede ba mag-apply sa mga marami-raming companies? No? May limit ba ito? Wala naman pong limit sa pag-apply ng kumpanya. Kahit gaano karami, pasabi nga nila parang lakas tira, lakas tsamba. Kung sa billiard yan, di ba? Sabi nila, lakas tira, lakas tsamba. Now, pwede mo rin i-apply yun dito sa pagharap ng trabaho. Basta lang make sure na alam mo yung pinapasukan nyo. You have to do your research. Know the company, research about the position that you're applying for. Huwag yung apply na apply tapos hindi mo alam. Kasi pagka tinanong ka ng kumpanya ng isang tanong lang, no, isang tanong sa inyo at magkakabukingan na, what do you know about the company? Yari na. If you didn't do your research, then tapos na yung boxing, di ba? Wala na tayong pag-uusapan. Hindi mo alam yung ginagawa mo, ba't ka na doon sa kumpanya. So, you have to make sure you do your research at kahit marami kang ina-applyan, no problem. Pwede, no? Gamitin ang resume link. At kung sakali, for some reason, bilang nagbago isip mo, nag-apply ka na sa kumpanya, na-submit mo na yung resume link mo at biglang gusto mo ngayong bawiin. Kasi naisip mo, parang ayoko na dyan sa kumpanya na yan, ipagpatuloy. Anong pwede mong gawin? Using your resume link, you can easily go to your dashboard. Pag login mo, you can withdraw your application. O, di ba? O, yan. Which is, I think, very matrabaho kung gagawin mo yan physically. Imagine, nag-apply ka sa 20 companies, sinabmit mo yung physical resume mo, no? Yung hard copy mo. Babalikan mo ba isa-isa yan para sabihin, ay ma'am, di na po ako magpapatuloy, pwede ko bang makuha ulit yung resume ko? Diba? Siguro pwede mo naman gawin yon, no? At siguro din naman, i-entertain ka ng HR, pero papahirapan nyo pa yung HR hanapin yung sinabmit ninyong papel. Baka naman na-shred na yon or baka naman na itago na sa kanilang cabinet. Diba? So, gamitin na lang resume link, mas magiging efficient, mas magiging convenient, at higit sa lahat, secured ang data nyo. Okay?
Okay. So, kung si Sir Kim, ang favorite feature niya sa resume link ay yung security or yung privacy settings, ako naman yung updated real-time yung information ni Jobs 180 resume link. So, kahit na nagpasa ako ng resume 10 years ago o kung sino man itong company na to, once na nag-update ako ng resume link, guys, kunwari ngayon, lahat ng pinasahan ko ng resume link na yan, ng resume ko, automatic po updated. So, hindi ko na kailangan i-inform si company A, company B, hanggang company Z na nag-update po ako ng information. Hindi na. Kasi sabi ko nga, updated real time. Tama ba, Sir Kim?
Tama. Very well said. Tama si Ma'am Joyce, no? Real-time update. Isa pa yan. Diba? Hindi mo napapahirapan din. Balikan lahat ng pinuntahan mong kumpanya para ibigay yung updated info mo. Okay?
Alright. So, thank you, Sir Kim. So, I think wala na pong comment sa audience. So, galing sa audience.
Nahihiya yata
Pero
yung mga
guys,
audience natin ngayon.
kung nahihiya pa rin, marami pa tayong speakers. May 3 pa tayo. So, Sir Kim, final words na lang po for the graduating students.
Para sa akin, do not be discouraged. No, there will come a time pag nag-apply ka sa mga kumpanyang gusto mong pasukan, hindi ka agad lahat ay may entertain kayo. No, sometimes you question yourself. Baka lang umabot sa time na feeling mo ang bilis-bilis lang na naman trabahong papasukan na 'yan, no? Yung trabahong ina-applyan ko yakang-yaka, 'di ba? Kayang-kaya ko naman 'tong trabaho to. Pero ba't hindi ako pumasa? Sometimes, these things happen. But don't worry. No, you trust in the Lord. Laging may plano ang Panginoon natin. Sa kung ano man yung mga pinupuntahan natin o ginagawa natin sa buhay-buhay, sa mga iba-ibang bagay, lagi pong may dahilan yan. And sometimes the answers might not be there immediately. Hindi mo kagad nakikita, hindi kagad yung pinapakita sa iyo yung kasagutan. Pero sabi ko nga, magtiwala ka lang. No? Magtiwala ka lang. At malalaman mo rin yung sagot later on. Okay? Basta in the meantime, keep trying, keep on submitting your information at kapag hindi nag-work sa isang kumpanya yung application mo, marami pa pong ibang kumpanya. So you continue to submit lang. Okay? And never give up. Yan yung para sa akin. Ha? Paalala ko sa inyo.
Alright.
Okay?
Thank you so much, Sir Kim. Thank you so Ayan na, words of wisdom na yan, guys. First speaker pa lang yan, marami pa kayong maririnig na ganyan. Alright, maraming salamat, Sir Kim. So, guys, if you're interested po, should you like to create resume link, you may visit our website. It's www.jobs180.com. Sir Kim,
Yes.
meron tayong tama po ba? Job vacancies. Baka
Ay, oo.
lang.
Yes,
ang
promote na
ating
rin
UIC.
natin.
Yes, sir.
Opo, dahil virtual po yung aming opportunities right now, meron kaming mga pang OJT and pang internship. Just in case you have friends or you have relatives or kayo mismo ay naghahanap ng pang internship or pang OJT, our company jobs180.com, internal ito sa amin, we have virtual internship being offered. So ang gagawin nyo lang, explore, check our link sa jobs180.com/jobs180, no? Hanapin mo mismo yung jobs180, or you can also email us dun sa info@jobs180.com. Doon nyo po i-send yung inyong mga resume link. Or isa pa, pumunta ka dun sa nagsuscroll na link right now sa baba. Nakita nyo nakalagay dyan, schools.jobs180.com/UIC. Type mo lang dun, jobs180. Pag nakita mo lumabas yung jobs180 doon, submit mo yung resume link ninyo. Okay? And then you will be considered, no, for our virtual internship. So yun po. Kung full-time position, meron kami 2 full-time positions right now na kailangan. One is for customer support, the other one is for IT, so web development. No, yan ay for full-time position. Now, paalala ko lang, distance is no hindrance. Kahit kayo ay nasa Davao, okay lang. Pwede natin i-apply ang ating virtual internship para sa inyo. Okay? So, we look forward to see you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sir Kim. Maraming salamat po.
Salamat.
Alright,
Be safe.
so,
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Sir Ingat. And of course, sabi nga ni Sir Kim, you may visit your school portal. It is schools.jobs180.com/UIC. Okay, and for more career opportunities, of course, you may visit our website. It's www.jobs180.com. So let's now move on to our next topic to introduce our second speaker. So the Talent Acquisition Associate from VXI Global. In her 2 years of working as a Talent Acquisition Associate in VXI, AJ has been an integral part of the company's growth. She is responsible for doing the groundwork for marketing strategies specific to employee referral program, one of the leading sources of applicants for the company. Again, the Talent Acquisition Associate from VXI Global, Sir AJ Esma. Good afternoon po.
Hi, good afternoon. So, hi everyone. My name is AJ from VXI. I'm part of the recruitment team or talent acquisition department, as we call it. So, today I will be talking about new age careers. But before that, we have a video to show you guys regarding our recruitment process here in VXI. So, let's watch it first.
Hello, I'm Vixie, the automated recruitment assistant of VXI Philippines. Do you want to know how to jumpstart an awesome career? Join VXI and be part of the International ICT Award 2019's Best Employer of the Year finalist, Best Company of the Year, Best Contact Center, Most Innovative Company of the Year for 2 years, Hall of Fame for Best Contact Center and BPO Company of the Year for 2017, 2018, and 2019. We are hiring account representatives for customer service, sales, and technical support. Find us in a site near you. Quezon City, Makati City, Mall of Asia, Pasay, Clark, Pampanga, and Davao City. Enjoy a competitive compensation package and industry best incentives. Apply via Facebook Messenger at VXIPH. Email us at careersph@vxi.com. Text your full name, location, and preferred interview schedule to 0917-777-5555 for Luzon and 0965-932-9745 or 0961-757-8361 for Davao. We can't wait to have you on the team soon. Apply now!
All right.
All right.
So
So
that was the video for our application process here in VXI, and the girl speaking was actually our mascot, siya si Vixie. So she's a very integral part of our team here in VXI as well. So I would like to reintroduce myself. My name is AJ. I am from the Talent Acquisition Department in VXI Davao. So today I will be talking about new age careers. So basically, when we hear the word new age, for me personally, I immediately go into thinking about technology. So maybe that would be our focus for today. So these are the topics that I will be covering. So first, new age, what does it mean? Next would be business models in the new age. Next, we will be discussing some traditional skills, that are still working out or that would still be able to help us um, in our journey to working in the new age. Next would be um, I will be discussing to you guys what business process outsourcing is. Okay, so let's begin. So, new age, what is it? So, basically, it's also called the information age. So, it is defined as a time in which information has become a commodity that is quickly and widely disseminated and easily available, especially through the use of computer technology. So I think when I was a kid, I don't know if you guys, for our graduating students, I don't know if naabutan nyo pa yan. But I'm not that old. But naabutan ko pa before when my parents used to really wait for newspapers every day to know what's happening around the country, what's happening locally. But today, we have the information at the palm of our hands, which is quite amazing since it's less than what 1.5 decades ago lang, and we've already reached so much progress in terms of technological advancement, especially in the Philippines. Now we're considered as a third world country, right? Okay, so today in the new age or in the information age, a lot of different business models have emerged. So, kumbaga before, we used to really rely on doing business face to face with people. May mga ukay-ukay pa tayo where we will really have to go to the place para maghanap ng clothes that we want. But today, we just order from Lazada, from Shopee, and automatically in a few days or in a few weeks, we already have the things that we wanted to buy, right? So I will be discussing the three, I believe, top business models that most of us here in the Philippines are really using, especially since, I guess, the pandemic. So first, we'll discuss online selling. Okay, so online selling, one of the business models here today in the new age. So as I think I just also learned this when I researched for this topic. No, um, as of March 2020, we only had around 1,700 online sellers in the Philippines. But as of January 2021, we already have 93,318 online sellers in the Philippines. Okay, so this is according to the latest numbers released by the Department of Trade and Industry. So it's amazing how much growth in numbers, that we have right now, or not really right now, or last January 2021. So I can only imagine kung ilan na as of this moment ang ating online sellers. So some of these online sellers are also selling through Facebook, yung mga nagla-live selling, sapatos, clothes, even I think digital equipment, or yeah, laptops, cell phones. A lot of other people are already selling also online. So I can only imagine nga how much this number has already rose since January 2020, since it's already March 2022. So it's amazing how we've come from, doing business face to face, to being able to earn money and also simultaneously get what we want to buy online without having to do much or having to do anything. So, ating mga sellers talaga in the Philippines, we've really grown to adapt to this technology to maximize our use of technology and also to monetize that this technological advancement that we have right now. Me personally, I have sold some things online. I've sold some books, some pre-loved clothes. So I've experienced firsthand how helpful it is. I don't really have to set up a bookstore to sell books anymore. Diba? So I think it's a very helpful business module or business tactic to have in the new age as well. So another one I will be discussing would be vlogging. So I know some of you, siguro, for our students in UIC, you have YouTube accounts. I think some of you also upload some vlogs, yung kahit sa inyo-inyo lang, for fun lang with your friends. But there are actually some people in the Philippines who actually went from just doing it for fun to actually earning money from vlogging. So I think some of you know the first person I'm going to discuss would be si Kong TV. His real name is Lincoln Velasquez. So today he has 9.53 million subscribers. Diba? Can you imagine? Dati, I think he was only doing it for fun, and then eventually he became an actual content creator or an influencer, as I think some people would call these vloggers. So next we also have Mimiya. I think some of you are familiar with her. She siya ata yung nagpauso nung kabit na dance last 2019, and then from that video she emerged as like one of the most popular, I guess, influencer of her generation or our generation. So today she has 4.32 million subscribers. So like Kong, she's also doing day-to-day vlogs. So if nagta-travel man siya or she's hanging out with her family or hanging out with her dogs. Actually, I think I watched some of her videos like that as well. So she puts it online and people relate to her and they resonate with her as well. And so that's why I think today it's very impressive. She already has 4.32 million subscribers. So the last one would be Erwan Husaf. So I think some of you are familiar with him kasi he's the husband of Ann Curtis lang. But I personally am a fan of his videos. He creates travel vlogs rather, less nung nag-pandemic na. But right now he's focused on making cooking vlogs. So how to cook different styles of steak. For example, he's also done like how to cook burrito. So he's really maximized his love for cooking and monetized it as while simultaneously helping people, you know, cook out there sa lahat ng may passion for cooking. I suggest you watch his videos as well. Medyo pricey nga lang yung ibang ingredients niya kasi nga he's medyo social yung mga niluluto. But there are other content creators and cooks and chefs also in YouTube who are giving out what you call this very practical na mga ingredients for those who are interested in cooking. So right now, Erwan has 3.6 million subscribers. So as we can see here, the first two, si Kong and Mimiya, they have like 4.32 and 9.53 million subscribers, and they do day-to-day vlogs, update lang sa life nila. Meanwhile, among the three people that I'm discussing here, Erwan has the least subscribers, which is 3.6 million, and he does travel and cooking vlogs. So they are all content creators, and I would say personally, I think Erwan spends more time, um, creating content before putting it online. Kasi nga, when you're traveling, you have to prepare the shot list, the kind of shots you want to achieve. When you're cooking, also, you have to prepare multiple cameras for multiple angles to shoot, 'di ba? But I think people really resonate more to those vloggers who let's say who are able to show their real lives from time to time, 'di ba? Si Kong, he's actually very funny. He hangs out with his friends, with his fiance na, I guess. So I think the the challenge for you guys, if you do plan to go into vlogging, is not only to tell stories, but how you can tell your stories in a way that would resonate with people, 'di ba? Because if you, for example, a few years from now, or if you've already started vlogging, you will notice um, you get very, what do you call this, you overthink as to what content you have to create. But I think it's important, they are important reminders we have here, Kong and Mimia, as important reminders that you don't have to try so hard, you just have to be relatable, and you have to be able to tell stories that will resonate with people, 'di ba? So hopefully sa inyo dyan who are planning to go into vlogging and who have already started, you can comment below your YouTube links. Sige, let's support that, and I'll subscribe to your channels as well as a form of support to you guys. Okay, so next would be social media management. So far, here in the Philippines, maybe you know family members or kayo while you're studying, you're also working as virtual assistants, and some of these jobs include social media management. So social media management, it's not only for big organizations, 'di ba? Yung mga artista natin diyan, they also have social media managers, small organizations, and even VXI have social media managers. So there are three very important things that would come out of having a very strong or very healthy, let's say, social media management. So, first would be consumer engagement. So, under social media management, if you are working as a social media manager, you have to make sure that your posts will receive many engagements, such as, let's say, a lot of followers, a lot of shares, a lot of comments on your posts as well. So here in VXI, we have a team particularly dedicated to our social media accounts. So even individually nga, 'di ba, you create your own brand for yourself. Every time you post sa Instagram, every time you change your profile pictures in Facebook, every time you tweet something or retweet something on Twitter, you are creating your own brand. So that's also what big companies are doing, what celebrities are doing nowadays, is to get engagement. Because without engagement, medyo nagiging mahina yung pages natin, especially for those businesses. If you're small business owners who usually do live selling, who are you gonna sell to if no one watches your videos, 'di ba? So walang magmamine diyan. Or if walang magko-comment ng mine real time, then of course we will not be able to sell our clothes or the books or the things that we are selling online. Now, how do we create a lot of kumbaga clout or consumer engagement? We do that through promotion and advertising. So if you're a small business owner, let's say for example you want to promote this new batch of clothing that you have, so you advertise it, 'di ba? And part of your advertising would be to show them the, let's say, prices of whatever you are selling, how better it is to the others, like what can your products offer better than the other products that other sellers are selling. So that's how you will be able to promote your business, through advertising. And of course, if your advertising works, then um, it will result to more consumer engagement. So lastly, as social media managers, or under social media management, you will have to analyze and measure the effectiveness of your social media strategy. So before you sell anything online, you have to understand that different people use different social media platforms. So for example, on Facebook, let's say let's say lang, I don't have the exact statistics for this one, but let's say most people who use Facebook are around 30 years old and above. Let's just say they are the most number of Facebook users. And then on Instagram naman, most people who use them, or the most number of people who use Instagram, are young adults. 20 to 30-year-olds, while on let's say on Twitter, siguro mga Gen Z na, mga 16 to 25 years old. So you have to understand, what am I selling, and who do I want to sell to. So that's already a part of your social media strategy, is identifying who you want to sell to. So for example, nafe-feel mo na, I think I want this item to sell more sa mga 30 years old and above, mga mommies na natin. So where do you want to go? So given the demographics that I said earlier, then you will think na, maybe Facebook is the best way to go. Now, how can you analyze and measure the effectiveness of your social media strategy? Of course, you look at the consumer engagement. How many likes, how many follows, how many shares sa post ninyo ang nakuha natin from that particular social media strategy. So that's how you understand, or how you analyze and measure the effectiveness of that strategy as well. Of course, if you're selling something, how much sales ang nag-come in sa'yo while you were doing your Facebook live. So for example, you had more sales pala um, nung nag-TikTok live ka kesa on your Facebook live. So of course, now you understand na you have to spend more time, let's say, advertising on TikTok rather than on Facebook, 'di ba? So ganyan yan siya. Here in DXI naman, we measure it sa kung how many leads we get, how many people comment that they want to apply to our post, or how many people ask about our hiring, or kung saan sila pwede mag-apply. So that's also one of the ways na we, let's say, measure the effectiveness of our social media strategy. So see, even social media management, if you have your own business, you can already hire someone, or you can do it yourself to manage all of your accounts, because it's also very taxing. It's not as easy as it seems, diba? You are promoting a brand, you're promoting an organization, and that takes a lot of preparations and thinking, diba? You cannot just post anything on social media. It has to promote a positive outlook as well on your business. Okay, so here are traditional skills that are still very much applicable to the careers in the new age. So even if you're, let's say, you're a vlogger, social media manager, or an online seller, so these traditional skills or characteristics are still very important to have in the new age. Okay, so first, of course, attendance. You are required to be 100% present. So let's say you are vlogging, so you can't just disappear for months on end and then come back whenever you want to, diba? If you want to be a successful vlogger, let's say in the Philippines, or even in Mindanao lang muna yung goal mo, you have to be present. So you have to be consistent on when you upload your videos. You have to be consistent sa content that you have, so that people will like they will hear the first note of your intro and think, oh yeah, I know this person, I will watch. 'Di ba? So consistency and attendance is very important. So be prepared. Of course, begin and end work as expected. So for example, you do online selling. Since it's not a 9 to 5 job, siguro it will be a lot harder for us to, let's say, manage our time. Na I will only work from this time to this time. Kasi nga, it's online selling, so you can just work anytime. But it's also important to set a particular time for yourself as to when you will start, and of course when you will end, kasi at the end of the day, work life balance still is a very important thing, not only to protect our physical health but also our mental and emotional health as well. Okay, so that's why you also have to use your work time appropriately. So if you want to allot this particular time, okay, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. I will work, then work, para it will not be extended to 2:30 na lang ako mag-start. And I know we're very prone to procrastinating, especially yung mga graduating students natin dyan. Even I am prone to that. But we have to remember all the time, if we finish early, then we can relax earlier. 'Di ba? Okay, so next would be attitude. So demonstrate a positive attitude, be confident, accept constructive criticism, set realistic expectations, and be optimistic. So dito tayo mag-focus sa accept constructive criticism. So just to remind everyone, in the new age, 'di ba, a lot of people can comment, very mean things to our videos even when we actually worked hard for it. For example, you have vlogs na you actually really worked hard for, and then someone will just let's say comment na medyo pangit yung audio mo or something like that, and it can be, let's say, it can be very discouraging for you to go on moving forward. But if you guys are selling online and people are commenting bad things about the things you're selling, then take that as an encouragement instead. Take that as a positive thing. Take that as a stepping stone, so that next time, maybe I could choose better clothes to sell, or maybe I could choose better um, things to sell. So you have to understand where they are coming from as well. But I think some people are just, they're sending hurtful comments for fun. But again, take that as a stepping stone para next time when you do your selling and when you do your vlog, or the next time you manage your social media accounts, you will do a better job at it. And less people will have the guts to write hurtful things on your posts or your business. Okay. So always be confident and be optimistic as well. It's very difficult in the beginning, but wala namang magaling on their first try. Okay? So keep trying. As what Sir Kim nga said earlier, keep trying. Kung ano man yung dreams nyo, and I'm sure a lot of you have different dreams and aspirations in life. Always be optimistic. Okay. So next would be communication skills. So your body language. So even though right now most businesses, or if you do already have businesses that are done online, of course it's still very important that you will be able to communicate clearly. So if you're vlogging or doing live online selling, your body language, your tone of voice, that's very important. So if medyo they can see na you're quite dismissive in your tone, of course, like less people would be interested to watch it. But if you're more welcoming and warm, and your body language screams, you're all welcome to listen and to watch me, then more people would resonate to you more and relate to you more. Okay. So next would be your choice of words. Let's connect this to email etiquette na lang din. Let's say, for example, in emails, it's very hard to convey tone. So if you are a social media manager and you're working for a single client or an organization, make sure to use the correct words. What we call it here in BPO nga is positive scripting. So instead of saying, for example, you say, I'm sorry I'm late. Instead of saying that, you can say, thank you for waiting. So instead of being reminded that you were late, they are instead reminded that they were early and they did something right. Diba? So when you use your words correctly, it can affect the where the communication will end. Right? Okay. So let's proceed to, I think, the most popular, let's say, business model in the new age or in the past decade, which is business process outsourcing, or BPO. Okay, so what is it? So it's the practice of contracting a specific work process or processes to an external service provider. So what are the most famous apps that we have? So even TikTok, Facebook, Lazada, let's say Shopee, Grab, Food Panda, what else? And a lot more. I can't even name all of them anymore. They use an external service provider. So ito na yung mga call center companies that they have. So for the call center companies, they take care of the consumers. So if, for example, may issues sa parcel that you ordered, who will you call? Customer service, diba? So that's how BPO works. So it fills in the gap from the customers to the organization or the business. So instead of the business, business na mismo, yung haharap sa questions or sa queries or sa concerns ni customers, we now have what do you call this? We now have representatives or customer service representatives who can help them out in their concerns. Okay, so VXI is also a BPO company. So here we have um, call center representatives who offer different kinds of services. But generally, call center representatives or BPO workers or employees offer different services such as payroll, accounting, telemarketing, data encoding, also social media marketing or social media management, and customer support. So it's not just all about customer service, but I know most of the time that's what we think about, right? When we think about BPO, it's automatically customer service, call center. So sometimes we do payroll, accounting, telemarketing. So we also do sales, or if ever, let's say sa Globe, um, if medyo may something wrong sa Wi-Fi mo, you call their customer service, and their technical support team will be the one to handle your concerns regarding that. Okay, so here in VXI as a BPO company, we have two parts in the company. One is the front office, the second one is the back office. So the front office represents the customer facing function. So that's what I was talking about in the previous slide, doing the following services, right? So customer facing function or department of a firm. So typically composed of administrative or sales personnel. As I mentioned earlier, we also have a sales team here in VXI. So next would be the back office. So this is the office or center in which the administrative work of a business is carried out as opposed to its dealings with customers. So that's what I'm a part of is a back office ng VXI, more on the administrative work, more on encouraging people to apply and encouraging our already existing employees here in VXI to invite their friends to apply as well. Okay. So we are actually really inviting you guys to apply here in VXI. So you can walk in actually in our SM recruitment hub. So I'm sure some of you, or if not all of you, who have been born in Davao, or yung mga taga Davao talaga, you're familiar with the SM Ecoland site. So nasa annex kami on the second floor. You can just visit our hub and you can apply anytime. So another recruitment hub that we have is in Robinson's Delta. So it's the one fronting City Hardware, I believe, in Bahada. So after Abriza, yung sa may overpass, after that one, you will already see our recruitment office in Robinson's Delta. So other than that, if you have, let's say, if you don't have a way to really go on site to apply, you can send us your resume, of course, at jobs180.com/VXI. Okay, so I hope you took a screenshot of that so that you will be familiar of the sites and you will be reminded what to do in case you're interested to apply. But we also have the social media accounts wherein you can reach us anytime. So our Facebook account, which is www.facebook.com/VXIPH. We also have VXIPH on Twitter and VXIPH on Instagram. So, whichever you want to contact us, or if you have questions about where to apply or how to apply, or if you want to send us your contact details so we can have you processed over the phone, then by all means, you can reach us 24/7 at any of these accounts. Okay? All right. So, I think that's it for my presentation for today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, AJ. So, guys, if you have questions po, please, the floor is now open for questions. So, if you have questions regarding the topic po, new age career possibilities or digital transformation, digital careers, please put it in the comment section. We will try to read them all and, of course, answer all your questions. So, while waiting for questions, sir, AJ, so um, I'll be asking questions na lang po muna
All
habang
right. Let's go.
nagre-ready yung mga audience natin. Baka kinakabahan pa din sila hanggang ngayon. Ayan. So, first, since we are actually using, most of us using social media na nowadays po, are we more prone to stress or depression po with social media as platform?
I think no, it's a 50-50 thing for me kasi personally I'm a very avid social media user, of course. So it's easier for people to criticize us on social media. but it's also easier for people to praise us on social media. So I think it's a 50-50 thing, and it depends on how you actually use or how much time you allot on social media, or spend your free time na lang muna with your other hobbies if it's getting too frustrating, if you're getting too many, especially now during the election season. A lot of people are arguing on social media, so take your time also to take a break from all of that, kasi we all deserve our break from all the stress din.
All right, thank you, sir. And of course, would like to know more the disadvantages of online jobs, or the this kind of, since nabi niyo nga po may mga vloggers, no, which sabi rin ng iba na the more we follow yung mga vloggers na to, mas lalo silang nagiging mayaman. Ayan. So,
That's true.
sir, your thoughts po about this?
So yeah, I mean, when I started hearing about like these vloggers, like it seems so wild, no? That
Mm-hmm.
they are able to earn millions of money
Mm-hmm.
just by doing what they love. And I think a part of me was a little bit jealous, kasi nga, why can't we just do that, 'di ba? But at the same time, they're also working very hard on their end. And I think we should be able to praise them, kasi if their content does not work, people will not be able to relate and to watch it and subscribe to it as well. So I think they're very effective. Kung ano man yung mga strategies nila to make people watch or to make people engage in their videos, they're very, very effective. And I really commend the influencers or content creators for that as well.
All right. And of course, sir, would like to know kung meron bang specific age, or ano ba yung best time na dapat maging social media creator ka or vlogger ka, kasi 'di ba marami rin tayong mga bata. Maraming bata na nandito sa industry na to, which is na-exploit, tama po,
That's
no?
true. That's correct. Yeah, that's very true. And it's also very alarming. So, when minors go to social media, I think it's
Mhm.
still very important that the parents will still be able to, let's say, drone over them or watch over them. But I think then we should be able to incorporate sa curriculum natin yung proper, let's say, social media literacy. Kasi I graduated in mass comm, so I had like kumbaga an edge. So I knew what to do, what to believe in, especially yung mga news articles natin. So I think it's very important that we help each other to educate each other on how to use social media responsibly, especially when we're around small kids, or
Mm.
check what your brothers and sisters are watching in YouTube as well, or what they're sharing on Facebook as well. It's very dangerous place talaga.
Thank you, sir. And of course po, how is this technology, or this tawag nito, sabi natin bagong ano po, no, careers affecting other industries po?
Okay. So with that one naman, I don't think it's like it's a very big issue or may very big negative effect sila. In fact, other
Mhm.
industries can also use technology to broaden their reach for their for their customers
Mhm.
or for their ano. So before, let's say, before Food Panda, before Grab, we really had to go to where we wanted to eat. But as simple as that lang, 'di ba? Some small restaurants, or even our favorite here in Davao, I think some of the UIC kids will know the one sa Bangkerohan, yung mga bulaloan natin dyan. Even before, we really had to go there, but right now they've expanded, and they will be able to reach us anytime that they like.
All right. And of course, one last question. Do you think many activities that workers carry out today have the potential to be automated, or means less manpower and opportunities in the future?
In the future. So, yun lang eh, no? It's very hard to tell from where we're standing now, because in a blink of an eye, it's like technology is getting ahead of us. But I
Mhm.
think behind technology are still people. And so I think if we grow more, let's say, in terms of technology, they will need to hire more people to program those, yung mga kumbaga yung mga kinatatakutan natin, yung mga robot in the future. But right now, to program yung mga Facebook accounts, yung mga features ng mga social media accounts, I think there are still very much a lot of jobs available for people right now.
we are hoping and praying na
We are
sana
hoping,
ganun nga po yung idea. Na sana ganun po talaga yung idea. And
hopefully.
of course, UIC would like to know if you are offering work from home setup.
Okay. So as of the moment, currently we're not offering any work from home setup. So to be able to engage with our employees more and train our employees more here in VXI, we will really need you to show up, especially
Mhm.
during the training phase, kasi that's the most important part, especially if first time nila sa call center, first time nila sa BPO company. It's very important that they will be able to see their trainers and look at the floor firsthand as to what the environment is here inside VXI din.
All right, thank you, sir. How about OJTs po?
OJTs, yeah, we are actually also accepting interns. So if you guys are available and if you want to apply here in VXI as an intern, I think you will be able to contact us then through our Facebook page. Just inform them then that you are interested to be interns here in VXI. And we would really appreciate your help and yeah, your service, any service that you can offer us interns here in VXI.
Thank you, AJ. And to end our discussion. So do you have final words or words of advice for the graduating students?
Okay. So for the graduating students, I've heard a lot of graduating students, you know, when they're talking about their future careers in life or the careers they want to take in life, they usually say ayoko maging call center agent lang. So I just want to remind all of you guys that if some of you, for example, some things don't work out always the way we plan it, diba? So if at the end of the day you find yourself really needing a job and you think that the BPO industry would be a big help for you, for your family, if you're a breadwinner, then by all means, let's forget that stigma. Let's instead help each other, 'di ba? And what do you call this? Give positive feedback to each other regardless of what careers we are taking, because every job is important. Kahit yung mga vloggers, may mga social media managers din yan sila. Yung mga apps na ginagamit nyo, may mga customer service representatives yan sila. So just take your time to know what you want to do in life, and if you have to do something else first as a stepping stone, then by all means do it, but make sure to reach what you really want to be happy din in life. So that's it for me.
Thank you so much. I don't know sa iba bakit talaga merong 'di
Yeah,
ba,
may
ganong
stigma talaga
thinking
tayo.
pagdating sa
Mm,
yes sir. So just like any other job, no? Actually isa
correct.
call center, ang BPO sa mga pinakamahirap pasukan. So guys,
Actually,
think
actually,
twice sir. Ayan so. All right. So thank you so much po. Thank you for joining us today.
thank you
Thank
so
you for
much. Thank you
sharing
for
your
having me.
time and your knowledge, AJ. Thank you so much. We wish to have you on our next set of webinars. Ingat. All right. So guys, if you have questions, feel free to ask. Wag po kayong mahiya. Sabi ko nga, this is your chance to ask before you face your adulting thing. So ngayon pa lang, lahat ng agam-agam nyo, curiosity nyo about sa magiging trabaho nyo, 'di ba, after graduation. So i-ask nyo na po lahat ng yan. Okay? So let's now proceed with our next topic, which is new normal environment. I'm sorry, top skills employers look for. So, Ms. Sheena has over a decade of HR experience specializing in recruitment across various industries. Currently, she's the recruitment section head of CDO Foodsphere. She's responsible for developing and executing robust strategies and programs that would provide the organization with the most qualified talents. She graduated from the South College of St. Benilde with a degree in BSPA Human Resource Management and also earned her MBA from Ateneo Graduate School of Business. The recruitment head from CDO Foodsphere, Ms. Sheena Abelera de Jesus. Good morning, Ms. Sheena. Good afternoon, Ms. Sheena.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you for having me here.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can we now test for your shares?
Okay. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, it's up. So if you're ready po, I'll see you after 20 minutes for the Q&A. Good luck, Ms. Sheena.
Okay. Sige. So, Ayan. So good afternoon, everyone. I hope all of you are feeling comfortable now, despite the summer heat. So today, I have a short presentation about the general skills employers are looking for when hiring. So of course, for every position, there's a certain set of qualifications or skills that companies require in a candidate. So depending on the role. For example, if they are looking for a web developer, they would be requiring someone who's familiar with computer languages to be used at work. So even as fresh grads, we usually have technical tests to assess. So what we're going to cover today are the general scope of the top skills one must possess to successfully land a job. Okay. To start, siguro just a quick reminder lang din for everyone. So be prepared to enter the workforce. So usually after we graduate, parang finally tapos na tayo sa pag-aaral. And definitely the schools or universities where we're in have been preparing us to enter the workforce. But learning is a continuous process, so it doesn't end naman in school. So there are certain learnings you can get from asking people and performing specific tasks hands-on. Quick reminder also for everyone who's already sending out their resumes to keep track the positions and companies you're applying to, so that when you receive surprise calls or unscheduled discussions or calls with that organization, you will come in prepared. And parang the things that you have to take note would be what type of organization you sent your resume to, what specific role you applied for, and some of the basic information and skills that are needed for the position you're applying for. So yun, just a quick reminder lang din for everyone. Ayan. So again, the top skills that I'll be discussing are the general list companies look for when hiring, aside from the role-specific requirements. So for today, I will just be sharing 4 bullets. Okay. So number 1, communication skills. This may be the most common. This will be the most common actually skill that's often talked about whenever top skills are being discussed. So under this category would be number 1, grammar. So this is the subject-verb agreement or mga punctuation marks if it's a written communication channel. Pronunciation and spelling. So whenever you present, and spelling syempre when you write a presentation or letter. And clarity. So clarity is talking about the ability to relay the message accurately. So the level of communication skills needed depends on the position you'll be performing at work. So if your role is client-facing, so the earlier speaker came from a BPO industry, so doon mas higher level siguro of communication is needed. So if you are a client-facing, if you have a client-facing role, for example, you work in an advertising agency, or yun, you're a customer service representative, you'll be required to have good grammar and proper pronunciation, since the core function is for you to present your ideas to your clients, or for you to pitch an idea, or for you to address the concerns or issues of a customer who's inquiring about or seeking for your help. But for other roles, for example, for engineering or maintenance or more technical positions where client-facing is not a core, hindi masyadong kailangan ng grammar or pronunciation. But what's common among all the positions would be the aspect of clarity. So given the definition of clarity, it's your ability to relay the message accurately and clearly. So we have to be clear at all times, no, when communicating, whether you're giving an instruction to someone, dapat clear kung ano yung magiging end result, or kung ano hinihingi mo. Or if if what you're communicating is a question, parang you should be clear also in relaying your question or in delivering your message so that you can get accurate information, or you can provide accurate details depending on the need. So yeah, so first is communication skills. Number two, cognitive skills. So cognitive is the ability to comprehend. So it's the skill your brain uses to think, read, learn, remember, reason, and pay attention. So some of the examples would be logic and reasoning. So yan yung how you process things or how you interpret things. Another example for cognitive skills would be sustained attention. So this is really needed whenever you are in meeting, no, pag actual work na, or also in classroom setting when lectures are being given. So hindi nagpa-fly yung ideas or hindi nagpa-fly yung imaginations natin whenever we are in a meeting or in a classroom discussion. Number three example would be long-term memory. So minsan kasi yung mga past learnings that we've had, if nare-retain siya sa isip natin for a long time, in the future, we can use it also to provide recommendations and to generate new ideas. Another example under cognitive skills would be auditory and visual processing. So it's how you interpret what you hear, it's how you interpret what you see. So we've mentioned that cognitive skills are the ability, parang it's the ability to understand instructions, to learn new skills. Actually, if you are a person who has high cognitive skills, that's a big value add to the organization that you will be working for, because with this skill, you'll be able to introduce new process improvements. You can be able to create new ideas, generate new strategies. You will be able to process data and convert it into a strategy. So for example, here in our organization, we are transitioning from one system to another. So what we need to do is for us to learn and research other IT software that will help us be more efficient when it comes to our process here in the organization. So with cognitive ability, you'll be able to comprehend, you'll be able to understand or learn quickly the new skills that will be presented to you and be able to apply it in the workplace. So another example for this one would be if you are attentive in meetings, so yung sa sustained attention, you will be able to translate the information that you have received into new ideas as well, into recommending new things or mga new programs then within the organization. So how do employers assess cognitive ability? So it's being assessed through IQ tests and interviews. So syempre sa IQ test, alam na natin yan, may mga logical reasoning, may mga patterns then that are being checked. For interviews naman, the interviewer is actually assessing how you process your thoughts and how you convert that into an answer that's complete and concise. So with cognitive ability as well, given that change is usual in the workplace, it will enable you to adapt in the different changes in the continuous change that we are experiencing in the workplace. So this is actually a skill that employers are always assessing whenever we talk to a candidate. Ayan. So done with the 2 bullets. So now 3 would be people skills. So for people skills, it is somewhat automatic that people categorize people skills with extroverts. So, but this skill can be a strength also of an introvert. So whenever they view people skill as a way for them to attain their goals or for them to achieve their tasks or fulfill their tasks in the organization. So what are some of the examples on how you can showcase your people skills? Number 1, client management. So it's the ability to represent the company to you work for, to your client. So usually sa client management, under din dito yung persuasion or your ability to negotiate. So the common goal here is for you to attain win-win situation. So hindi lang puro, minsan kasi there are certain clients that are who are super demanding, no, na okay, kung anong gusto nila, yun lang, without really thinking about how capable or is it a realistic expectation from the provider or from the company. So if you have people skills, you'll be able to manage your clients better, or yun, for you to achieve or attain win-win situation. Working in a team, so there will be a lot of projects when you start working. So there will be projects, there will be tasks for you to complete within your team, and there will be also tasks that you have to complete, even if when you collaborate with teams that are outside of your section or your department. So major din siya because yung pag-work mo kasi within a group of people will enable you to, kumbaga, work faster. That will enable you also to get ideas from other people, hindi lang yung ikaw. So this is also a very important trait or skill for an employee. Lastly naman, sa people skills also will be completing a project. So dito na yung teamwork. So despite the differences, you're able to work harmoniously with other people. So this can be shown through respecting other people's ideas, when you're also able to listen and to appreciate also other people's insights and tasks. So yun. And siguro one idea then also in people skills would be not taking things personally when negative feedback or pag hindi masyadong nag-agree yung mga tao sa idea na shinare mo. Okay. Sige. Lastly, leadership potential. So when employers interview people, they don't see you as an HR assistant forever, or an accounting assistant forever. So we are trying to assess you as well based on your potential to lead the team in the future, maybe in 5 years, maybe in 10 years, or whenever the time is right. So as much as possible, employers prioritize promoting from within when a leader leaves, so we don't just hire to fill a short-term vacancy. We are trying to hire for who will stay with us long-term, who has the capacity or potential to be the future leader of an organization. So a leader is someone who is able to motivate others to drive or complete a task. So yan yung isa sa mga major roles ng leader. Hindi lang yung you're able to lead yourself to fulfill your tasks, but also for you to influence other people to achieve your common goals. Ano pa? Strategic thinking. So as what we've mentioned also in cognitive skills, medyo similar din to doon. So it's the ability to come up with new ideas. Leaders are usually the ones who are initiating new programs or new processes to the group. So it's important for a leader to also possess that strategic thinking aspect. So we want to have someone who has future potential, who can journey with us throughout the years. So I hope with that 4 bullets, you were able to learn a thing or two dun sa mga na-share ko earlier. Okay, so let me go on naman and proceed with introducing to you CDO as an organization, the company where I'm working for. CDO, we are a food manufacturing organization. We are based here in Manila. We have 2 manufacturing plants. One is in Batangas and in Valenzuela City. CDO stands for Corazon Dairoong, hindi Cagayan de Oro. That's the name of our founder, and we have been in the business for 46 years. Ayan. So siguro just to share with briefly some information about the company. So from a simple dream of providing delicious food for her family, the CDO story has turned into a lifelong commitment of providing Filipinos with high quality and affordable products. So our mission is that we champion mealtimes and unite families through food that calls them home. We live to bring them freshness and delight of mom-made cooking that fills their hearts. For our vision, we will be the most trusted food company, loved for how our food creations bring and bond all generations of people together. So our values, we are passionate about customers and consumers. We have love for God, so we usually have First Friday or First Wednesday Mass every month. So prior to the pandemic, face-to-face siya because we have chapels in our plant. Pero ngayon, what we do is online. Number 3, we have integrity. So, yan, very high sa amin yung integrity. So, yan, may mga policies kami about no receiving of gifts, etc. Number 4, we are open and collaborative. So, as mentioned earlier, there are a lot of programs and projects that we do here in the organization that will entail us to work together within other groups, within CDO, and also with our local government and other groups outside. Number 5, we are innovative and entrepreneurial. Here are some of our products. So we have frozen meat, we have Bibo hot dog, Idol cheese dog, ulam burger, chicken nuggets, we have ham, regular ham and Christmas ham. So we have bacon, fantastic tocino, longanisa. We also have canned meat. So we have corned beef, Highlands products, Highlands corned beef, carne norte. We have meatloaf. We have San Marino tuna, bottled fish, and mackerel. Some of our products as well would be our dairy products. So sliced cheese, cheese block, cheese balls, cheese spread. We also have sweet preserves, nata de coco, and kaong. So aside from the products that I have shared, we also have a nonprofit organization, which is what we call Odyssey Foundation Incorporated. So the foundation has 5 pillars. So Gabay Nutrition, it's a supplemental feeding program to malnourished children. So syempre, we are a food organization. That's why coming up with feeding programs is one of our major projects in Odyssey. Number 2, Gabay Education. So it helps provide the needed resources to existing institutions. Number 3, Gabay Kalikasan. Our aim is to bring back green into our surroundings. So we have several tree planting activities. We also help our partner communities, especially in the areas where we operate, yung mga cleanup drives. Gabay Hanap Buhay conducts livelihood programs on meat processing for mothers. So meat processing specifically, and for mothers because our founder is a mom. So medyo mas nandun yung approach ng Odyssey Foundation. Lastly, Gabay Lingkod. So it's our response to the various needs of the community. So if ever may mga nasalanta ng bagyo or may mga pumutok na bulkan or something, we ensure to extend our help in those communities who are affected. Okay, so we are an organization that believes that we are responsible to keeping our environment clean and green. So we have several programs to be sustainable. So we have wastewater treatment. So siguro sa mga engineers, familiar kayo sa mga ganitong process. Recycling efforts, use of solar energy specifically, and mas ginagamit siya sa Batangas plant namin. Lastly, reduction of plastic usage. So ano lang to, parang some of the examples of what we do to be sustainable, pero we have a lot more efforts then when it comes to this area. Ayan. So actually, that's it for my presentation. If you want to contact us, you can feel free to send us an email through careers@cdo.com.ph. We also have a Facebook page, facebook.com/cdocareers. We also have a website, cdo.com.ph/careers. We have LinkedIn and jobs180/CDO. So if you want to be updated about our vacancies, we are updating our sites and our accounts. So just to share also for job opportunities in Davao, our common vacancies are for branch operations, branch administration. So we have warehouses kasi in Davao or in other areas in Mindanao, as well as different opportunities or different um, roles that are available for sales positions in Davao and in other parts of Mindanao area for gen trade and modern trade accounts. So that's it. Thank you very much again for listening. So thank you and stay safe.
Thank you, Ms. Sheena. All right, so thank you, ma'am, for discussing about top skills employers look for. So, guys, if you have questions, please feel free to ask. Post your questions on the comment section. We will try to read and answer them all. So, last two speakers na lang for today, guys. So, baka naman. Okay, so ayan. So, while waiting for questions, Ms. Sheena, mauna na po muna ako habang nag-ready po ang ating mga estudyante or audience. Okay.
Okay.
So, Machina, for my first question, I think there was a debate, or not sure if it's hearsay lang. There was a debate before about education versus experience or skills.
Okay.
Which is if you graduated po in one of the top 10 schools or top schools in the Philippines, parang it's easier for you to find a job. Mas madali kang kunin ng company, tama po ba? Despite of lack of skills and experience. So for the fresh grad po today, is the degree enough po ba to show that you have the specialized knowledge or technical skills na hinahanap mismo ng employers?
Okay. So I think yes. Actually, for us, siguro based on my personal experience lang din, no? So there are certain positions talaga that would require na parang better na may work experience, and there are certain positions then that okay lang na nawala. Pero I think in different areas naman, parang may entry-level positions naman tayo for all aspects and all areas. So Um, so I think yung experience or yung learning that you got from college or from your degree is sufficient naman for the for most of the entry level positions that we have. So about what you've pointed out earlier as well na about yung sa top 10 universities or top 10 schools, sa totoo parang hindi naman siya supposedly maging barrier for a person to land a job that fits yung ano niya, yung profile niya or yung interests niya. So kasi sa totoo lang, based on yun nga, personal experience also, ang dami magagaling din doon sa mga hindi masyadong known na university. So I think especially now, medyo nawawala na rin naman yung barrier sa gano'n na, or yung, ano bang tawag doon, yung, na parang you cannot, or parang mas magagaling yung from Big 4 or Big 10 or kung ano man. Nasa tao talaga siya based on the way he or she presents herself or himself, no, and how in-depth din yung research or learning niya na ma-share din and ma-offer din do sa employer na papasukan niya. So for me, regardless kung saan ka nang galing na university, it's up to you talaga Kasi may mga galing din naman Big 4 pero parang, teka lang, parang medyo hindi masyadong nakukuha yung gusto or yung values ng person. So, yun. So, regardless naman.
Kasi ano po din po from personal experience. So parang may notion kahit sa amin parang 'di ba? Kinukuwento na especially ako din graduate din ako sa galing ako probinsya. So ganyan. Parang thinking ko dati kaya ko bang makipagsapalaran ang mga kasabayan nating schools ito ganito mga gantong schools no. So tapos well and kaya naman and if you try lang din.
Yes.
Tapos yun. So anyway, na ano ko lang ma'am, parang naano ko lang yung education
Oo.
versus skills or experience. So thank you for answering that one, Miss Sheena. So next question po, for the fresh graduates po, what are the usual skills that employers look for po?
What are the common skills?
Yes, ma'am. For the
Sorry,
recent
medyo
graduate po.
nag-chop. Okay. So, based on the discussion that I've shared also, so yung top four then that I can share would be yung communication skills. So, again, parang when we say communication, it's not just about how accurate your grammar is or how
Mm.
accurate or how correct your pronunciation is. It's more of the clarity and your ability to relay a message clearly dun sa kausap mo. Aside from that, yun, cognitive ability, which means yun yung ability mo to think and to strategize or to learn new skills and to create ideas. Yun, leadership as well para at least ma-sustain and for future, ano din kasi siya, for future opportunities din within the organization you're working for. And then people skills kasi parang bihira naman yung individual contributor in the work area, no? So definitely there will be times where you will be working with other people. So that's important for a person to be able to work harmoniously with other people as well.
All right, thank you, ma'am. So, speaking of com skills po, I think com skills is one of the, I think, important skills na meron dapat ang isang aplikante, no? So, sabi nga nila, everyone can listen, but di ba po, hindi lahat kayang umintindi. So, parang may
Yes.
ganun tayong notion. And can you describe po, with CDO Foodsphere po, can you describe the process of finding qualified applicants with com skills po?
So
Ano pong
first,
process ni CDO?
So first, what we do is that we conduct interviews, as well as we have online exams that we provide to our candidates. So during the online exams, there are certain exams wherein you create you answer essays. There are also exams wherein we assess your communication skills or yung grammar. May mga sentence structure, and then may mga i-complete kang information, yung mga grammar. So basically, it's about interviewing as well as providing examinations to the candidate.
All right, thank you, ma'am. So, and for the graduating students po who would like to apply or interested po to apply at CDO Foodsphere, do you have office po ba located in Davao? Or do you offer work from home setup po ba?
Right now, yes, we still offer work from home positions or vacancies. Pero ngayon kasi medyo nagre-return to office na kami. So may combination na siya of work from home and work in the office. In Davao, we have branches. We have a branch, no, mga warehouse. So for vacancies, we have branch administration positions. We also have mga sales positions that are available in Davao. So when we say sales positions, the usual accounts are the local accounts in the area. We also have general accounts within the area also. So in Mindanao, we are very active in Davao, Cagayan de Oro, Zamboanga areas. So yun, we have sales positions there. We also have branch operations in Davao as well.
All right, so I
Specifically,
hope
pero yun, meron din in Davao. In Mindanao, sorry.
you heard it from Sheena, guys. So, madali naman pala mag-apply. So, they have branches naman pala sa Mindanao
Yes.
areas. Okay. So, ma'am, final words na lang po, words of wisdom for the graduating students.
Okay. So yun, very short lang. So siguro continue to have a positive outlook. And ayun, kasi if you have a positive outlook, parang that's the start for you to be driven and motivated to learn and to explore the workplace or for you to transition also from school to being able to work finally, no? So nasabi ko na rin to before, so definitely there's always a place for you kung saan man yan, but yun, definitely meron kang pupwestuhan and meron para sa'yo na trabaho. So yun lang. So maintain a positive outlook and keep the hope and keep the faith. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sheena. Thank you so much po for joining us today. We wish to have you on our next set of webinars. Thank you, Ms. Sheena.
Thank you,
Ingat po.
bye-bye.
All right. So, guys, again, if you have okay, concerns or questions, please feel free. So, last na ang ating speaker for today. So, let's now introduce our last speaker. So, she has 20 years of solid end-to-end experience in talent acquisition and human resources. She takes credit in building recruiting teams of startup, multinational, and well-established companies. As a Sigma Green Belter, she had the advantage of leading transformational projects in talent acquisition, setting up processes, and rolling out critical talent strategies with strong business controls to ensure alignment with business goals. In the last 15 years, she has been in the business outsourcing or shared services industry, leading teams with high volume requirements and corporate niche groups. She has managed global teams and mentored a lot of TA specialists who have been inspired with her leadership, passion for excellence, and positive attitude. The Vice President of Shearwater Health, Ms. Jen Borlaza. Good afternoon, Ms. Jen.
Good afternoon. Happy Friday to everyone. Happy Friday to
Good
you,
afternoon.
Joyce.
Happy Friday, ma'am. Kahit maulan po, ayan. So, ma'am, may we now test po your share speed.
Sure. Kevin will be, sorry,
Ay, is
Paul.
it Sir Kevin po ba or Sir
Sorry,
Paolo who
Paolo.
will... Okay. All right, so ma'am, it's up po. So, I'll be back after 20 minutes for the Q&A. Good luck, Ms. Jen.
All right. Thank you so much. Well, thank you, Jobs 180, for the invite. I'm so excited to present to you our company, Shearwater Health, and also the main topic, which is unlock your potential and how to be productive in turbulent times. So just wanted to give you a quick overview of what the company is all about, Shearwater Health CPO. So as a CPO company or a clinical process outsourcing company, we've actually looked at the jobs here in the Philippines, in the Philippine healthcare jobs, specifically on the job of a nurse. I understand that there are some students here in UIC and those that may have logged in here in this session that are nurses. And currently, especially during the pandemic, there have been some challenges in the healthcare jobs. So in our conversations, the ones that I've mentioned, they have been working long hours. They've been in rigid schedules. When you talk about career advancement, there's very few. There are those who felt their career has been disrespected, especially during the pandemic. And for those that have been working in bedside, there was high risk, and we've seen that a couple of those that have passed or had been afflicted by the COVID-19, right? So with all these things coming into play, we have looked at our organization and what we do as an organization. So in Shearwater Health, if you join our company, we've looked at 3 critical areas. As a nurse, you would be able to be exposed to career growth in the organization. We have multiple career path ladders. You can grow internally. Also, for those that would be interested to work in the US, if that's their dream career, we also have opportunities to help the employee or the nurse. Also, in terms of our work schedules, we have made sure that there are opportunities for work-life integration. There would be time with the family. We have above market and flexible leave schedules so that you would enjoy your time away from work as well. Also, since most of our employees are clinicians or healthcare employees, you feel that you belong, and it's an all clinical family. All right, so let's move on. Wow. To date, we have more than 3,000 clinicians in our organization, and we have I think over 100 clinicians as well that are based in Davao. We will soon set up our site in Davao, but we have already started hiring for nurses and healthcare practitioners, and they're working from home. So we are excited to continue to expand our employee base and hopefully more Davaoenos to join our organization. To get to know more about Shearwater Health, this is a short video that we'd like to share with you. I think there's no audio. I'm not sure if you're able to hear it. All right, thank you. There's no audio, but I'm sure we would be able to share, and you can also view that in YouTube. Like I said, I'm so excited to present this topic, Unlock Your Potential, How to Be Productive in Turbulent Times. The topic is close to heart because Shearwater Health is a healthcare company, and and our organization prioritizes employee physical and mental health well-being. So I'm really excited to share these, and hopefully you'll be able to capture some insights after this session. So before we start, I am presenting. Yes, go ahead. Before we start, I'd like to present to you a mood elevator. I'd like to check from our audience and through the icons. I'm not sure if we have these icons available. So if you are overwhelmed and anxious, so that's the icon that you would share in the screen. If you're just fine, just a thumbs up, going with the flow. Feeling emotional, weepy and depressed, heart, joyful, grateful, optimistic, big smile icon, and highly energized, feeling vibrant with a clap. I'm not able to see. Where can I see that? Can you help me? Pao, were you able to see how they have been responding? Hello? I'm not able to see anyway. I hope your icons later on after this break or after this session would be more of big smiles and claps, as you will be able to pick up themes and insights that resonate with you, and you can use this into your day-to-day activities. All right. So let's move on. All right. So what has happened in the pandemic has greatly influenced our lives. And based on stats, what we have seen is that 25% globally has increased anxiety and depression, and 25.7% increase in total suicide incidents in the Philippines. However, in this flip side, Philippines ranked second in Southeast Asia in the 2022 World Happiness Report. So it also means that there are a lot of folks that are able to manage the difficult emotions or the challenges that have come during the pandemic. So there are two theories, and that's a cognitive reappraisal and emotional suppression. So when you're faced with a certain situation, for example, in school, the professor gives you a surprise exam, right? So you can always think of it as a glass half empty or a glass half full. In the cognitive reappraisal process, you would be able to have an evaluation and interpretation of the situation and how you would view the situation, right? And if you would be a pessimist, then you would be pushing away rather than dealing with the difficult thoughts and emotions, right? So let's move on. Prior to this session today, I have sent out an exam or a quick test assessment, right? And I would like to know, how did you fare in that exam? So let's do the checking. So the scoring here. So if you're going to look at the scores that you have, right? So what you would be doing is to add odd number questions, and that would be your passion score. And then perseverance score, add the even number questions. Okay, so that's what you can do. And also add the scores here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and divide it by 10, right? So can you do that very quickly for me? So this is very interesting, so that we would find out if you have what it takes to be able to manage turbulent situations. Maybe let's give ourselves like a minute to do this. Add the scores and divide it by 10. And then for your passion scores, add odd number questions. And then for you to find out your perseverance score, add even numbered questions. Okay. So the higher your percentage in the percentile in terms of your grit score, the better, right? So that would be an indication of your grit score. Okay. All right, so let's move on. What is grit? Grit, according to the dictionary, is courage and resolve, strength of character. And I'm sure you've heard this a couple of times in many conversations or big companies, that they're also looking for grit besides skill, besides your um, educational background, right, or experience. Grit also matters because it's about courage and resolve and strength of character. So in the earlier assessment, that would be giving you an indication where you stand in terms of grit. Let's move on. So grit has two components. That's passion and perseverance, right? So you can have passion without perseverance, or perseverance without passion, right? Perseverance is a daily discipline of trying to do things better than yesterday. Passion is a compass and finding your purpose, right? And sometimes it's easy to be attracted to an idea, but sustaining that passion over a period is hard, right? So, for example, you have a passion for food and you want to learn how to cook. So you start watching videos. However, you are not putting that into practice. So that's not passion and perseverance in action, right? Because you need to make sure that that passion, if it's not acted upon, then there's no grit, right? Because for someone who has grit, the person has to have passion and perseverance. Okay, let's move on. I don't know if you've heard of the 10,000 hours rule. I'm sure you have heard of the song of Justin Bieber, but there was a book that was created by Malcolm Gladwell, and the book is called Outliers. So Gladwell popularized the idea that it requires 10,000 hours of concentrated practice in order to possess what is considered a world class in something. So let's look at the three stories here, right? I'm sure your parents have mentioned about the Beatles, right? And because they're very famous and popular, I'm sure you've heard of them. But the Beatles in the 60s, they said it was an overnight success, but there is no overnight success. In fact, the Beatles, they had to play 7 days a week in the clubs and bars in Germany between 1960 and 1964 before they have become a global sensation. Bill Gates, as we know, is the inventor of computer programming and successful with Windows. He spent more than 10,000 hours in computer programming before he had become successful with the invention of Windows. Beethoven, I'm sure, sorry, Wolfgang Mozart is also famous in the field of music, and he worked on his first song for 10 years, and he started at the age of 23. 10 years he worked on his first song before it was popularized. And I think because we have young people here, no, I'm sure you have watched, and I've watched it too. Blackpink, Light Up in the Sky in Netflix, their documentary, right? So they trained 14 hours a day for 4 years, and they were graded monthly, and they were criticized heavily, and that triggered difficult conditions. And as you have seen, if you watch that documentary in Netflix, they were crying. You can see that they really had a hard time. But look at them today, right? So along those years, they were able to build a lot of values and the fighting spirit, right? So if you can compute 365 days for 4 years, for 14 hours, that's actually more than 10,000 hours that was provided by Malcolm Gladwell. Okay, I hope you're getting the point. And so let's move on. How to develop more grit, especially in situations that you find very difficult. Here are some tips that I could share with you. Number one is practice, right? So the 10,000 rule. Deliberate practice means learning as you go, getting feedback from your experience as well as from others. I think we've seen that if you've watched Blackpink Netflix documentary, wherein they had to go through reviews with their mentors and their teachers. Purpose, right? This is very important. What motivates you to succeed? Interest without purpose is nearly impossible to sustain a lifetime, right? Number three, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe that your goal or your purpose is achievable, right? It may not be an overnight thing, but you have what it takes to learn, grow, and evolve and achieve the type of success you dream about, right? And tip number four, view setbacks as learning opportunities. Yeah, take for example the sharing that I had earlier. If you would be given a surprise exam, you look at it as glass half empty or glass half full. I'm sure if you are not prepared, then you may have flunked the exam, but take that as a learning opportunity, right? Practice optimism and accept that it is all right to fail as long as you don't give up or quit, right? And what is the learning opportunity that you have gathered from that situation? Tip number five, learn how to handle emotions. Step back from the situation and acknowledge that you are feeling something uncomfortable. I had the situation today too, right? So on a day-to-day of our lives, I'm sure you have experienced a situation whereby you're anxious, you may have strong emotions, but think of um, the purpose or the higher purpose that the situation is teaching you. So step back from the situation. I know it's going to be really very difficult to do that in most crucial moments, but acknowledge that you are feeling something that is uncomfortable right now, and think that everything will be well, one way or another. And lastly, surround yourself with grit. So if you want, like they say, birds of the same feather flock together, right? So make sure that you have the right role models, people that you would be with. You have to find gritty people who can rub off this trait with you. Okay. Don't be discouraged if you do feel stuck in your current position, whether it be due to financial or personal reasons. Keep in mind that grit is a skill that can be learned, and it is a skill that can be applied to a number of different situations in your life. It is important to note that you can develop grit even while working at a job or in a career that you initially don't find to be motivating. Simply think about how the work you do may help other people. Researchers have found that being helpful to other people is one of the biggest motivators. Reframing your current position from one that didn't seem as though it had purpose to one that can help push you to continuously excel can help you develop grit even at that job. Ultimately, grit is about pushing yourself, motivating yourself, and being able to see past your mistakes into a bit bigger and better future. Developing grit can be life changing as it can give you strength, confidence, and abilities you need to get more out of your life. All right. So, thank you so much. To the audience. It's really awkward not to hear you, but I hope that you are able to get some insights or themes or made a reflection on how you have handled situations and hopefully how you will be handling situations in the future. I am in LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter, just in case you would want to connect. I'm happy to start conversations with you and have a connection, and hope to see you in these social media channels.
All right, so thank you so much, Miss Jen. Thank you so much po. And guys, if you have questions, feel free to ask. Si Miss Jen na po ang ating last speaker. So sayang naman, hindi tatanong ang inyong mga questions. So if you have concerns, clarifications, or questions regarding the topic, or kahit si Miss Jen mismo gusto nyo tanungin, pwedeng-pwede. Okay. So, Miss Jen, while waiting for questions po from the audience, ako na po muna ang magtatanong. So, kanina ma'am, merong emoticon po, no, from the start of your um, discussion. So, meron pong mga nasa comment section, may like, may wow, I think, thumbs up, emojis. So, yung iba hindi ko na na-check. Pero, I think halos puro positive naman ang mga estudyante, ang mga manonood natin today. So, okay po. So, I'll be asking na. So, it's not every day, ma'am, we get the chance to interview a VP. So, itatanungin na po namin. So, we would like to know your average day and what's the level of your everyday stress and how do you calm or compose your thoughts po and emotions?
Yeah, I'm also human. No, all of us were not perfect, right? And so it's really important that we have that purpose. No, what is your purpose? What is your purpose in life? No, why are you doing these things? No? So you have to anchor on that. Um, and these stressors, like what I've shared in the presentation, you have to step back and see the full picture of the situation, no? And assess, is it a glass half full or a glass half empty situation? And of course, I encourage that everyone would see to see through that situation in a glass half full situation, so that you'd be able to assess and really clear your mind, no? Sabi nga nila, 'di ba? You count ilan ba 'yon? 5 seconds ba o 10 seconds, nalimutan ko na, no? But you have to release yourself from the situation so that you can pause and assess, no? From start to beginning, ano ba ang nangyayari, no? But I'd just like to share my day, because of the role that I keep in the organization. So I lead the team of 30 plus people, and we take care of hiring for the whole organization. So in recruitment, sobra talagang stressful, no? Because a lot of your stakeholders would be asking, asan na yung hiring ko? Asan na yung, yung requirements ko? No? So every day we tackle that. Every day there will be some conversations with regards to how come our request has not been closed, etc. So it's a stressful job. And at the same time, there would be stressors that is outside of the job, maybe your personal life, right? So um, that's how I manage that. No, fairly recently, just to share, my mom is actually sick, very sick. No, and I had to also be in the office and have a meeting with one of the senior leaders in the organization, right? So you have to really manage through the situation and make sure that everything will still go well in both areas, your personal and your career life.
I'm so sorry to hear that po. I hope she's getting better po. Naiyak ako pag po pinag-uusapan yung anak. Sorry. Sorry. Ayan, so medyo ano lang emotional pagdating sa nanay.
So may
ayan
heart
po.
emoticon ka ngayon, Joyce.
Ano lang, hindi ko alam, basta ano po ako so close po ako sa mga mami. So, hindi ko alam basta pag may naririnig po ako about sa ganyan. Na ano po, sorry guys, ano lang. Bigla lang ano,
Tao
diba?
lang, di ba?
Pero
Tao
ano
lang.
tayo,
We'll go through
thumbs
this.
up tayo ngayon, tsaka wow tayo. Ayan. So, of course, ma'am, sabi nga ni Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. Do you think po yung stress do you think mas higher po ba with the rest of your team?
Sorry, medyo nawala yung connection. What
Ayan,
was that? Can you repeat
medyo.
it?
Ayan. Ayan, ma'am. Can you hear me now po?
Yes.
Alright. So, sabi nga po ni Spider-Man, di ba po, with great power comes great responsibility. So, do you
Mhm.
think, ma'am, with your position, do you think po yung stress nyo ay considered mas mataas compared sa ibang team or tao ninyo?
Um, I I would want to challenge that, no? Kasi each
Mhm.
one of us, we are placed in a situation in an organization, right? And you have your own set of responsibilities. No, I may not be doing most of the interviewing right now, which can be stressful to a recruiter, right? Um, so I wouldn't want to compare my stress to their stress. I'm sure they have their own stress as well. I think what I can just say there is the impact that you can provide to the community, to the organization, to the people that's around you. Um, and it it helps that you start your day with an introspection. No, I wouldn't want. Maybe there are some who are very religious here. Maybe though there are those who are not, right? But have an introspection, have a quiet moment, and have a frame of mind that today you'd be able to help someone and be a channel of blessing to other people. That's all the thing that I always say to the team, to the recruiters, or to the people that I've worked with in present or past, that our job, especially in recruitment, we are able to provide jobs for people, right? And make sure that your purpose, which is to provide jobs, is something that you will be able to achieve today. Right? Count how many people, how many souls you have been able to touch, and how you were able to inspire on that day.
All right, thank you, ma'am. And to be clear lang, of course, we do not invalidate your feelings, guys. But parang I think maganda siyang study, no, na if you have higher position ba, how do you measure your stress? Is it higher from, di ba po, from others with a certain position? So parang yun lang. Curious lang po ako about. And next question, ma'am, do you somehow know if someone from your team is slowly losing its passion for work or motivation, or and what are the programs you helps you usually offer to them?
Right. Definitely, there will be some days wherein people will get demotivated, or would not have the same kind of energy, right, and focus, whatever the reason may be, whether it's personal or maybe about the work itself. No? So what we usually do is have that conversation, no? Have an understanding of the person's situation. Is there something that is going wrong? Right. So
Mm.
coaching and mentoring sessions is something that we do on a regular basis. No? So even like what you said, no, I have a busy schedule, and I do, right, but I make sure that on a weekly basis I have touch points with my team members to understand, and not just talk about the deliverables, but also ask them how they are, right, and are there other things that is um, an issue, diba? Or a challenge to them that they're unable to manage, right? And as a manager, you should be able to help them. Second, we also have engagement activities for our employees, no? Besides the usual town halls or team meetings, right? We have also fun sessions or games, right? So that we'd be able to increase camaraderie, increase the relationship and bond across team members, which I think has been very helpful, especially during the time of pandemic, wherein we have to work independently and not seeing each other as often as we want to.
All right, thank you, ma'am. So, and of course, another question po is um, pulling away yourself, di ba, from other people or isolating yourself. I'm sure it's okay, but how long do you think po will I should do that? Um, Kailangan po ba mas matagal, or I'm not sure po if the question is making sense. Pero 'di ba po, minsan gusto natin mapag-isa. Gaano ba katagal dapat lang gawin 'yun?
Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Right, right. Um, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I think I would just base it on what I have read and what
Yes,
I
ma'am.
have also experienced in my personal life. Lalo na siguro yung mga young people dito, may mga heartaches,
Mm.
heartbreaks,
Yes po.
no? So at one point in your life, I'm sure nagkaroon kayo ng problema sa mga relationships ninyo, no? So I think it's only it becomes a question mark, or a trigger for you to really consult someone. It's when you are thinking of hurting yourself, right? Or you are not able to really bounce back to your normal life, right? It's okay, right? It's okay to endure the pain. It's okay to cry. It's okay to mull over the situation. But you have to also decide at one point, is this really helping me? Right? We have to give ourselves time to grieve, time um, to just be emotional, right, and just let out the emotions, right, but when you are already feeling that you want to hurt yourself, or you're not really able to bring yourself back to say your daily activities. For example, hindi ka na naliligo, hindi ka na kumakain, di ba? So I think there's something wrong, and you really need to reach out to someone maybe that you trust, no? And if not, if you're not comfortable with that, there are a lot of opportunities for us to call free consults or counseling, right? I'm sure in Facebook you have seen free consultations and counseling sessions. Please do seek help if you feel like you're at the verge of that kind of situation.
All right. So thank you so much, Miss Jen. So before we end the discussion, I think no more questions from the audience na po. Words of wisdom na lang, ma'am. Final words for the graduating students.
Yeah. There's we all will have to go through certain situations in our life that it's really going to be difficult. But for you to become successful, and for you to be able to reach your goal, it's not going to be, like I said, an overnight thing. You have to go through the pain. You'd have to go through so many challenges. You'd have to stretch yourself. You have to go through the 10,000 hours, like I've mentioned, for you to be able to be successful. No? So while you are in that situation, probably you are at that situation right now because you're graduating, you're in school, right? So you have to study, you have to go through the whole 9 yards of doing the research, etc., thesis, right? So just go through it, right? And make sure that during that time where you are struggling, you're challenged, go back to the tips that I've shared with you. It's okay to fail. It's okay that you would mull over the emotions, but make sure that you believe in yourself and that you would be able to overcome this. And you know that you have a goal and a purpose that you want to achieve by end of day. So with that, I thank you and good luck to everyone.
Thank you so much, Miss Jen. Ay, naiiyak na naman ako. Ma'am, pwede kayo maging counselor. Thank you for the encouraging words po. Thank you so much, Miss Jen. Thank you for joining us for today's session, sharing your time and your knowledge po. Thank you so much, Miss Jen. Ingat po.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. So to officially close our program, may we invite Ms. Ana Flor E. Sacopayo, Director, Office of Student Affairs and Discipline, University of the Immaculate Conception, for the closing remarks.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, UICians. Praise be Jesus and Mary, now and forever. Before we close this event today, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Ms. Ju Vigatan, the Director of Guidance Services, and the rest of the Guidance Office for coming up with this activity. To our speakers, Mr. Kim Chua, Mr. AJ Esma, Ms. Sheena De Jesus, and Ms. Jen Borlaza, we are very grateful for your partnership in shaping the dreams and ensuring the future of our students of the University of the Immaculate Conception through the inputs you have given them this afternoon. Thank you for all the tips shared to our students. To our dear students, it is with great joy knowing that you are virtually paying attention to the topics presented this afternoon. Through this activity, we hope to prepare you to help contribute to the society and in the nation building by making sure that we bring out the best in every one of you and be ready for the world outside the academy. I can confidently say that your future will be bright because you have learned something new today from our speakers, especially the practical application. I myself learned a lot from them. I think I still have a lot to catch up though. But for you students, with proper training, skills application, and of course values, coupled with the correct use of technology, everything is possible. We are very much ready for the world. Good luck and God bless. Thank you and good day.
Thank you so much, Miss Anna. Thank you for gracing the event and collaborating with Jobs 180. Thank you, Matt.
You
All right,
also.
so there you have it, guys. We are done with the talk proper and successfully tackled all the topics assigned for today's session. So, for the audience, please do not forget to evaluate this event. The link is flashed on your screen and is also available at the comment section. Please do sign the G form because this will serve as your second attendance. The first one is the pre-reg link given by jobs180.com, and the second attendance is this evaluation form. So please do evaluate. So we would like to thank each one of you guys for staying all throughout the event. We hope that the webinar helps you be prepared in the world of work. Sabi nga ni Miss Jen, it is okay to fail. Just stand up and try again. And of course, we would like to thank UIC Davao, Miss Jovi. Thank you so much for collaborating with Jobs 180, for trusting us with your events. We would like also to thank the following sponsors. And for more career opportunities, you may check our website. It's www.jobs180.com. Again, katulad po ng sinabi ni Sir Kim, we are hiring for customer support and IT officer for web development. So if you're interested, guys, please submit your resume link at jobs180.com/jobs180, or you may email us at info@jobs180.com. So please watch out for the next set of webinars we are going to host for. Please check our Facebook page for the topics that will be discussed. And you are welcome, guys, to join in on those sessions too. So the program has finally concluded. This is your host, Joyce Katakutan. We will see you soon and have a great afternoon. Ingat, everyone.
Immaculate Conception, my dear alma mater, the fairest university, I give thee my salute. I pledge to be forever true to thee and thy flag. I pledge my word of honor to keep thee in my heart. Thou art to me a mother that leads me through the world. Unite thy child forever to Jesus, dearest Lord. To thee I pledge to fight for God and for his church, and for my village I give my heart and hand. Immaculate Conception, my dear alma mater, the fairest university, I give thee my salute. I pledge to be forever true to thee and thy flag. I pledge my word of honor to keep thee in my heart, to keep thee in my heart.
Change. It happens when you least expect it, but also when you embrace it. At Accenture, we help the world's biggest brands thrive through change. Our people combine technology and creativity, expertise and experience, learning and collaboration, passion and purpose to make a difference for our clients, their customers, our company, and our communities. Behind every great change is a great human. Bring your skills, your curiosity, and your true self to your work every day. Let's do incredible things. Let's deliver on the promise of technology and human ingenuity.